Hello students, hello all. Welcome to the last session of last shift live paper discussion of JEE Main exam, April 8th, evening shift paper. So in today's paper, I think you also know it, yesterday there was no exam, right? 7th April, and today morning also there was no shift, morning shift was not there, and we are having only evening shift is there, right? So in this paper also, in comparison to whatever the 8 shifts happened till now, this is the 9th shift. So in comparison to 8 shifts, how today's paper will be, and if any differences are there, what are that differences, and will it be student comfortable paper or any challenges are there, and how can be the cutoff, in what way the 8th April evening paper can be matched with, can be compared with other shift papers. That all we are going to discuss in today's live session, right? So as of now, whatever we have received the information, it is looking like it is in a similar level of all the April shift papers, right? That means what is it and in what level it is moderate and even less than moderate. Many of the shifts already I have discussed with you in all these shifts how the paper is. In many of the shifts it is moderate, and in some shifts, 1 or 2 shifts even it was less than moderate, closer to easy also. There was only one shift which was a little challenging, 6th April evening shift. Otherwise, remaining all shifts were majoritarily comfortable, right? So, if you see in this shift also, like in chemistry part, as like every time I was telling you, keep in mind this one, the first target is out of 300 marks, 100 to be the first milestone. So, for getting 100 marks, what preparation, which chapters should be prepared, that all already we have discussed also in the previous sessions. So, just you can go through them, very useful information the expert faculties have shared. And coming particularly to chemistry also, there are 3 different areas, as you know, organic, inorganic and physical, and majority of the questions are coming from organic plus physical, and the minority questions are coming from inorganic chemistry, but still number of chapters also in inorganic chemistry are lesser, therefore they can be easily targeted. Another very important point, in comparison to January session, if you see in April session, January session papers, especially in chemistry, they were at higher level, above moderate, and 2 shifts were even closer to difficult. It may be the way the question was asked, because different pattern, advanced pattern type of questions were asked, and exceptional points asked, and even multiple calculation based also were there. Some questions were there with the multiple calculation, and in organic chemistry also interconversion related questions were more in number. So all these together made January session chemistry paper very challenging. That is the reason why, if any of you see the first session, how many marks you got, with which how much percentile you got. If you are getting at around 65 to 70, you were easily at more than 99 percentile. But when you come to this April session, majority of the papers are moderate or less than moderate. So there is a possibility that the number of marks needed for 99 percentile will be going a little higher than what we have seen in January shift. But one thing you have to understand, that means overall what I mean to say is January papers are comparatively difficult in comparison to April papers we are seeing now. So with this, all these things, what you can understand is getting a good percentile in January shift paper is much easier in comparison to getting a good percentile in easier paper, that is April shift, because majority of the students, more number of students will be covering more number of questions, so will be getting more number of marks. Then the tight competition will be there in that area. Therefore, there will be a lot of fight within that gap, so that it becomes very difficult for the student, right? So I may expect it like rather than 65 to 70, it may go to like 99 percentile or above 99 percentile. It may go to 73, 74, 75 also. In some of the shifts, actually, out of the 25 questions, right, almost 13, 14 questions are very, very comfortably can be done. So 13, 14 questions, you can just understand, right, 15 fours are 60. So there itself, with a easier number of questions itself, the student is getting at around 60 marks. Then you can understand, to be at the top, more number of larger number of questions you need to do it. So that is the difficulty, challenge, where the students will be failing whenever the test paper is easier. It becomes a very, very challenging, and especially it will not be friendly with the students who are very strongly preparing. Always the good students or strong competitors require a good quality paper, and that was maintained in the January session, and little it was not consistently followed in April session. Maybe the reasons also can be there, like in April session, board exams, practicals, then different exam preparation, all these also will be there. But altogether, overall also, if you see, it can be made in the similar level to that of January session, then it would be better, right? So overall, this is the idea of April session paper in comparison to the January session paper, right? And particularly within chemistry, along with me, our Venkat sir is there, senior chemistry faculty from Resonance Institutions. He will be giving more of the information about chemistry subject and also in general to the overall preparation at Resonance Institutions, right? So please welcome, sir. Please give your inputs.
Hello, dear students. I hope all of you done well. This is almost by this day, all the JEE papers are completed for this academic year. JEE Mains session completed. Next, advanced remains, right? In the coming days, this session is much useful for the students who completed 10th and 11th class, especially here, who completed 11th standard. They need to know what is happening in this year. In the previous years, based on the current year questions, pattern, which to be prepared, which is to be skipped, those things are need to known by the coming year students. Especially if you come to chemistry part, as a chemistry teacher, I can give more information about chemistry. Same thing will be given by our maths and physics experts also in the coming hours. More focus is required on NCERT. First, Godfather. Without NCERT, there is no JEE Mains. 100% you need to focus on NCERT level. Next, after that, you need to go through your lecture notes. No need to go to higher level questions and advanced level topics for the JEE Main session. First of all, you need to be good in the concepts. Conceptual clarity is required. How much you are preparing is not the matter. How much depth you are learning is not the matter. Here the thing is conceptual clarity. Basic concepts, if you are good enough, you can crack JEE Mains easily. 100%, no doubt. Already many times it is proved. Our resonance students, for past many years, they proved in quota. In past 7 years, we are producing the best results in Resonance Hyderabad also. Only thing here, Resonance Hyderabad, we are doing student-centric teaching, and only required thing we will teach. We don't pressurize the student much with unnecessary concepts. Whatever required for JEE Mains, whatever required for JEE Advanced, particular perfect planner and perfect material. Resonance advantage is only the material. First is material, then management and faculty members. Only particular things, whatever required, compulsory will focus much on that. That's the advantage. If you see the resonance sheet once, you will know that. Faculty will know that very much. Many faculty in India using resonance material actually. The thing is, required thing we will focus much. Next, if we come to chemistry syllabus preparation part for the coming year students especially, actually physical and organic having almost same, but nowadays for past 3-4 years syllabus changed NCERT. Inorganic they are giving less. That's not the meaning of no need to focus. Many things are there in the inorganic like chemical bonding, periodic classification, D&A block, coordinate chemistry. From these 4 chapters, at least 5 to 7 questions will be there in the examination. Most important to do anything without chemical bonding and coordinate chemistry, we cannot assume JEE chemistry. So that much of important. Coordinate chemistry, especially valency bond theory, crystal field theory, and isomerism, like these things, chemical bonding, structures, dipole moment, bond parameters, all these things you need to focus. Next, if we come to physical chemistry part, some questions may be lengthy. Okay, if you want to avoid those, no need to skip the chapters. Everything you need to go with the basic idea. Then based on the question standard, you can need to solve or not. You need to decide in the examination hall. But if you come to chemical kinetics, for example, physical chemistry. Next to 11th class atomic structure. Next to colligative properties, solutions, colligative properties. Like these things and basic chemical equilibrium also. Ionic equilibrium may take some time to solve questions, but chemical equilibrium, atomic structure, kinetics, especially zero order and first order only they are asking, right? These 4 topics, 100% you need to focus. No need to skip. You cannot skip also. Next, if you come to organic part, GOC everybody know. GOC compulsory. Without GOC, there is no chemistry. GOC. And in the 12th standard, whatever the questions they are giving, not crossing the NCERT level, even 1 or 2 may cross, but mostly 95% things are from NCERT level. But the questionnaire is different. Only the problem in chemistry paper students facing is questionnaire. Questionnaire means the question simply A gives B. They don't give. They may give in the theoretical form. They may add numerical in the organic chemistry. Next, they may give sequential reactions, many steps, A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, like that, E to F, like that, many sequence may be give. What to do for this? For this, you need to be good enough in the NCERT first. Then you need more practice about the reagents. All the reagents you need to practice. Once if you practice much, automatically any question you can solve in the organic also. So in these 3, organic, physical, inorganic, almost same weightage, but inorganic less portion is there nowadays, so little less weightage may be there. But in the inorganic also they are asking trends. So what is the boiling point order, melting point order, density, like these things. In the D block, if you come to D block, it appears to be one of the toughest part for the students, but actually whatever in NCERT, based on that only they are asking. So need to focus more on NCERT, especially D block elements. Compulsory we need to focus on NCERT. Each and every point like KMNO4 preparation properties, dichromate preparation properties, all these things you need to do well. Okay, first thing, don't forget NCERT always, that is the enough, first basic enough, next more practice. Wherever the institute, whatever the institute, you need to practice the basic level questions. Then automatically you will crack. Thank you, all of you. Now, Jackie sir will join. Hello, Jackie sir.
Thank you, sir, for giving this opportunity. So let's get started regarding the physics. As the sir already said, chemistry is kind of like NCERT based, and I would say the chemistry is kind of like basically very important here, scoring one, basically the king of this thing. So I believe in the chemistry, compared to the January attempt to the April attempt, which one do you seems to be slightly on the easier side? Meaning, if the student is going to probably gonna score more, in which is gonna be more in case of like chemistry? Is it January attempt or April attempt?
But April attempt appears to be easy, sir. Till now, whatever we received. comparative to January, but if original paper comes out, then only we will know actually, because questionnaire may be different, sequence may be different. Whatever we received till now, they are memory based questions. So
Okay.
this appears to be very easy. Of course, comparative to that, easy and appearing easy to us also. But if original paper comes, then we can say. But mostly we need to score little more marks in this session compared to
sir.
January.
Definitely.
Then we can score good percentile.
So the same thing I would say for the physics as well, and that is this April session overall, let me tell you, is compared to the January attempt was much more balanced, much more NCRT based, much more formula based, and the questions were easier compared to the January attempt. Meaning, probably a student with a kind of like an average level will be scoring more in the April, which means a lot of students will be scoring a lot in the April session, which means the cutoff chance will be like the chance of cutoff is going very high in the physics. It's gonna not going to be like a 60 65. No, it can go up to 75 or 80 for a 99 percentile. So we need to think about that. I mean, student needs to think about this thing. And other stuff I can tell about physics, like which chapter and other stuff is important. But before that, one last time I'm gonna visit the chemistry only to ask this particular thing, sir. What do you think in this January attempt and the April attempt in the chemistry? Let's say we have to pick one chapter from inorganic chemistry, organic chemistry, and physical chemistry. Which one do you feel like had like a more weightage or sort of
More
like
focus required.
Yes, more focus required.
Yeah, just now we discussed. Once again, if you go to inorganic, chemical bonding, coordinate chemistry, 100%. Compulsory, we need to go through it, sir. Compulsory inorganic.
Yes.
Next, if you come to organic, GOC.
GOC.
Yeah, GOC, including isomerism, basic level only, not the beyond the level. Basic level of isomerism is enough. Next, if you come to physical, almost all are same, but for the students, solutions, colligative properties easy. Concentration terms may be a little tough, but colligative properties easier. Hardly takes 2 to 3 hours to learn the whole syllabus. Actually,
Wow.
kinetics,
Only 2
that is
3
also mathematical approach. For math students who is having basic idea, basic mathematics, basic differentiation, they can solve easily. So that's also.
Yes. Thank you for this information. And now we will only proceed to the physics portion.
Yes, sir.
So for the physics, I would say this. In the same manner as a sir mentioned, like a 3 or 4 chapters which are very important for the chemistry. In the same manner, I will tell modern physics. In physics, I mean literally the name itself has a physics. Modern physics, nuclear physics, or you can call it modern physics 1 and 2, and semiconductor, from which you get logic gates and diode. They are the topics you really need to focus on. And after that, of course, current, electricity, electrostatics, thermodynamics, fluid mechanics, don't forget them. And believe me, if right now the physics paper, it tends to be very easy. I mean, not gonna say like extremely easy that you just have to appear in the paper and then boom, you got the answers for all the questions. No, what I'm saying is it is easy to moderate. Yes, there were some calculative question. For example, you could get a question which is having two lens, and then you need to figure out one image, then another image, then another image. Okay, so I'm not gonna say it's like a very easy, but compared to what we have saw in the past, let's say I'm comparing with all the way, let's say 2020 or before 2020, before the COVID period, physics nowadays seems to be formula based NCRT, which means if you just do the short notes, just write the formula, practice the PYQ, highly important. Do the PYQ. There is no simple way of saying it. I mean, this is the one thing you need to focus heavily, no matter what. If you're going for JEE Mains, if you're aiming for NIT, so do the PYQ and focus on more on 12th class, because what we saw in the January attempt, if I have to say, compartmental wise, the January attempt had more of a 12th based questions compared to 11th one. They did started with the 50-50 ratio, but over the time the 11th goes slightly less and the 12th goes slightly more. Now, in case of April attempt, the reason I'm actually kind of like saying again and again that's an easy one, because they maintain that 50% thing, meaning 50% from 11th, 50% from 12th, and they're basically maintaining that, which means if a student kind of, let's say, had 1 or 2 3 problems regarding medical or something, and they kind of like concentrated on 11th a lot, compared to the 12th one, they are gonna score. And to get 90%, you just have to go, at most, like biggest number you can think of, that is like a 50 marks. Okay, biggest I'm saying. And if you're going for 99, then of course you have to go around to 70 or 65. In some paper it can go higher as 7, beyond 75. So what I'm saying is, if your concept are clear, if you did the NCRT, if you did the P by Q, let me tell you, it's not difficult. And that's what we do in the resonance as well. As sir have already mentioned, the chemistry faculty, that he was basically telling, we have a lot of like, first of all, our material is strong. I mean, if you just check out the market, you will see that our material contains 400 to 500 questions from each and every single topic. That means if you have that material which is used by Kota or used by North India a lot, you will see that if you have it, you don't have to buy any other book, whether it is HCV, Cengage, whether it is a PYQ books like 32 years old, 28 years old. You don't have to. All the things which are found in these books are already there in ours. I mean, it's used to be like a king of basically a material in case of Kota. I mean, if you are familiar with that, if you're familiar with that place in the time. So after the material, next is faculty. As myself, just gonna be doing the introduction. Myself is Zakir Hussain, physics faculty at Resonance. Of course, I did the IIT JEE in first attempt and got like 31st rank in the entire state. So you see, what I'm representing here is basically excellence. If I'm a IITian, I will make more IITian. That kind of a faculty and mindset you're gonna get in the Resonance. Okay, so that is one thing. And after that, our curriculum, especially in Hyderabad, I would tell that in Hyderabad we have like a 4 or 3 classes depending on which batch we are having, and each classes will be having enough time to do the, first of all, lecture, practice, solving, individual doubt session. Yes, all of these sessions are there to complete it. So that is regarding our methodology here. Now, in simple terms, that is basically, what we do in order to make sure that every student of ours get their best of their ability. Okay, now after that, at the end, I want to say this: the mains has been completed, but soon enough the students are going to be prepared for advance. Why you would be watching this particular video is not for the mains analysis, which is kind of like already done, but for the advanced one. So I would highly suggest one thing: if the mains is all about formula based, then advanced is anti formula based, which means it is mostly going to be for derivation. Formula won't work because assumption may fail. Okay, now with that out of the way, we are done for the introduction basically. So let me welcome the maths faculty here, the expert maths faculty. He's going to basically tell you the solution, short tricks, and anything which can makes the maths easy. So welcome, maths sir, and let's get started.
Hello everyone. Now I am going to discuss mathematics questions. So let's see which type of questions today come. So here first question is from sequence and series. And so how to solve this type of question? Alpha is given. Alpha is 3 plus 4 plus 8 plus 9, 13 up to 40 terms. Then tan beta to the power alpha by 1020 is the roots of the equation. This quadratic. So this is the mix, quadratic and sequence and series and trigonometric terms also here. So first of all, find alpha. Alpha will become, look here, 3 plus 5, 8, and 8 plus 5, 13, like this. 4 plus 5, 9, and 9 plus 5, 14, like this series is going. So two series, combination of two AP here. So you can take first AP 3 plus 8 plus 13 like this, plus second AP is 4 plus 9 plus 14. So how many terms here? Total 20 terms, and here also total 20 terms. Total 40 terms are there. Then how to find sum? Apply the sum of AP formula, S in term. So you will get n is 20. So 20 by 2 times A, which will become 2 times 3, plus n minus 1 will become 19, and D is 5 here. And second also 20 by 2 times 4 plus 19 times 5. Now simplify this, you will get value of alpha from here. You will 10 times 6 plus 95, you will get 101, plus 10 times 8 plus 95, 103. So your alpha will become 1010 plus 1030 will become 2040. You can put this value here. Alpha by 1020 will become 2. So tan beta to the power 2 is the roots of the equation, this one, this quadratic equation given. So first of all, find root of this equation, x square minus x minus 2 equal to 0. What is the roots of this equation? Roots of equation is x equal to 2 and minus 1. So tan square beta never be negative. So negative, you can reject this. Tan square beta will become 2. So you can find from here sin square beta, cos square beta also. So how to find? Look here, by right angle triangle, this will become root 2. Tan beta is root 2. So perpendicular is root 2, base is 1, then this will become root 3. So sin beta will become how much? Root 2 by root 3, and cos beta will become 1 by root 3 from here. Now put this value here. Sin square beta is 2 by 3, and 3 times cos square beta is 3 by 3, which is 1. So if you sum it, you will get 5 by 3. So first option is correct. Next question. Next question from inverse trigonometric function. So you have given alpha beta. Consider the statement cos alpha plus beta positive and cos alpha negative. Second statement is here. So how to check this statement? First of all, check your alpha where it will belong. Alpha is equal to 3 sin inverse 6 by 11 given. And we know that 6 by 11 is more than 1 by 2, because 6 by 12 is less than 6 by 11, and sin inverse is increasing function. So if you apply sin inverse, you will get sin inverse 6 by 11, sin not get change here, same sign. Sin inverse 1 by 2 is how much? Pi by 6. Now multiply both sides by 3. You will get pi by 2. So this value alpha is more than pi by 2. So alpha belongs to pi by 2 to pi. Lie between second quadrant. Now next we need to check beta, where it lie. We know that 9 by 16 is also more than 9 by 18, which is 1 by 2. So if you apply cos inverse is decreasing function. If you apply cos inverse, you will get cos inverse 9 by 16. Sign will get change here. Less than cos inverse 1 by 2. How much? Cos inverse 1 by 2 is pi by 3. Now multiply with 3 both sides. You will get less than pi. So beta belongs to how much? Less than pi. Means pi by 2 to pi, second quadrant you can say. Now according to this information, cos alpha plus beta, if you add this alpha beta, So alpha plus beta is more than pi, third quadrant. So cos in third quadrant should be negative, but here given positive. So first statement is incorrect. Now second, cos alpha is negative and alpha belongs to second quadrant. So in second quadrant, cos is negative. So second statement is true. So which option is correct? Only second option is a statement is correct. So third option is your correct answer. Now next from PNC, 3 persons has different bags and 4 different books. So a person has 3 different bags and 4 different books. The number of way in which he can put these books in the bags so that no bag is empty. So how to solve? 3 bags are there. 1, 2, 3. B1, B2, B3. And you have to put 4 books in 3 bags. So how to distribute these 4 books so that no bags are empty given? So you can distribute, minimum you can put 1 here, 1 here, 2 here. And similarly you can arrange also. So only this type of distribution possible. So factorial 4 by factorial 1 into factorial 1, factorial 1 square into factorial 2 into 1 by factorial 2 for this one, whole multiply by factorial 3. Now simplify, you will get 36 from here. So your first option is correct for this question. Now next question is from differential equation. So first of all simplify this equation and then solve. So for this you need to divide this whole equation by dx. You will get x under root 1 minus x square dy by dx minus y under root 1 minus x square minus cos x square cos inverse x is equal to 0. Now divide this whole equation by x time under root 1 minus x square. You will get dy by dx from here minus, this will get cancelled, y by x only, minus minus plus, take other side, you will get x cos inverse x by under root 1 minus x square minus 10. So this is a linear differential equation. So for this you need to first find integrating factor. Your integrating factor will become minus 1 e to the power minus 1 by x dx. From here you will get 1 by x. Now your solution is y times integrating factor. Integration of integrating factor 1 by x time last term. Last term is here minus x cos inverse x whole divided by under root 1 minus x square dx. Now you can cancel this x. If you take cos inverse x as a t, you will get 1 by minus 1 by under root 1 minus x square as a dt. So y by x integration t dt. Here we have assumed cos inverse x as a t. So minus 1 by 1 minus x square dx will become dt. Okay, so integration of t dt is t square by 2. So y by x is equal to t square by 2 plus c. Now t is what? T is cos inverse x. So y by x is equal to cos inverse x whole square by 2 plus c. This is your solution for this differential equation. Now here conditions are given. If you put less than 1 limit, LHL are given. 1 minus. If you put this limit here, you will get y. At the place of x you need to put 1, and at the place of y you need to put 1 also here also. So y equal to 1 and x also 1. Here if you put 1 you will get 0, cos inverse 1 is 0 plus c. So from here c will become 1. So y by x is equal to cos inverse x whole square by 2 plus 1. This is your final solution. Now put x equal to 1 by 2, you will get the value of y. If you put x equal to 1 by 2, you will get 2 times y is equal to cos inverse 1 by 2 will become how much? Pi by 3. So pi square by 9 into 2 plus 1. Now divide by 2, you will get y is equal to pi square by 36 plus 1 by 2. So which option is correct? Pi square by 36 plus 1 by 2. Third option is correct for this question. Now next question is from definite integration, and this question is a very easy question. If you know, first of all simplify this part because 4 degree term is given. So first of all factorize. How to factorize this term? X square, you can write add x square and subtract x square. Now this will become x square plus 1 whole square minus x square. So your factor will become x square plus x plus 1 and x square minus x plus 1 from here. Now put this factor here, 1 get cancelled. So your integration will become 0 to 2 under root x whole divided by x plus 1. 1 get cancelled if you put this part. Other part remaining here, x square minus x plus 1 dx. Now if you multiply a plus b, a square minus ab plus b square form, so you will get 0 to 2 root x dx by under root 1 plus x cube. Now here you need to put x to the power. Let x to the power 3 by 2 is equal to t. So 3 by 2 x to the power 1 by 2 dx will become dt. So root x dx will become how much? 2 by 3 dt by under root 1 plus t square. Now limit will get changed. If you put 0, lower limit is 0. If you put 2 here, upper limit will become 2 to the power 3 by 2. Now this is a standard form of integration. You can directly write the integration. ln mod t plus 1 plus t square. Limit is given 0 to 2 to the power 3 by 2. If you put this limit here, you will get 2 by 3 ln 2 to the power 3 by 2 plus, if you put 2 to the power 3 by 2 will become 8 plus 1 9, under root 9 will become 3. And if you put 0, this will become 1, ln 1 is 0. So only this one is your correct answer. So which option is correct? Fourth. Now next question is from conic section and function also mix here. This is given ellipse. Major axis of given ellipse is y-axis, and f is a decreasing function if the range of alpha is r minus alpha to beta. So first of all, this one is given ellipse and major axis is y-axis. So f of 3a, this part, plus 14 is more than f of a square plus 2a plus 7. Now f is decreasing. So if you remove here f, sign will get changed. A 3a plus 14 less than a square 2a plus 7. Now simplify, take one side, you will get a square minus a minus 7 more than 0. Suppose alpha beta are roots of this equation, alpha beta. So your range will become, what is range? R minus all real number minus alpha beta. This is your range for this type of, for greater than 0. So this is given here. You need to find alpha plus beta. So what is alpha plus beta? Sum of root minus b by a, which is 1. So alpha plus beta is 1. So which option is correct? Fourth. Now next. Okay, so maths questions are over. Next, chemistry, sir will explain.
Thank you, sir. Okay, hello students. Hope you done well today. Right, I am going to be discuss the chemistry part of today exam. Right, let us discuss one by one. Okay, right. Okay, the first question is from the electrochemistry. Is from the what? Electrochemistry. Right. So this is the very important question. E naught Fe plus 2 by Fe is x volts. E naught Fe plus 2 by Fe is equals to x volts. That means Fe plus 2, right, by gaining the 2 electrons converted into Fe. Say it's equation 1. Okay, here N1, number of electrons involved in this equation is 2, right? Clear? Next, they given the E naught Fe plus 3 by Fe is equals to y volts. Fe plus 3 electrons. What you get? Fe, this say equation 2, N2 is equals to 3. Then calculate E naught Fe plus 2 by Fe plus 3. E naught Fe plus 2, Fe plus 3. How you get? Fe plus 2 loses 1 electron, then converted into Fe plus 3. Here say N3, 1. Right? This is the equation 3. As you know that electrode potential is the intensive property. It is not extensive property. Yeah, Gibbs free energy is the what? Extensive property. It is the additive property. But electrode potential is not extensive property. That means it is not a additive property. How we get the, when two cells are connected to get the third cell, how we calculate the electrode potential of the third cell? We use the Gibbs free energy. What is the equation we can use to calculate that electrode potential? Delta G is equals to minus NF E cell. So simplification, upon simplification, how you get? E3 is equals to N1 E1 plus N2 E2 by N3. Because this is additive property, extensive property, but this is not extensive. Electrode potential is not extensive property. So we want to calculate the E3, electrode potential of this cell. So by using these two given cells, we have to find out the electrode potential of the third cell. When two cells are connected to get the third cell, then what is the electrode potential? E3 is equals to N1 E1 plus N2 E2 plus or minus you can take by N3. How you get the third equation? How we get the third equation? We get the third equation by equation 1 minus equation 2. Then E3 is equals to, I am writing over here, E3 is equals to what you get? N1 E1 minus N2 E2 by N3. Then E3 is equals to, what is the N1? N1 is the 2. What is the E1? E1 is the X, 2X minus. What is the N2? 3. What is the E2 given? Y by 1. Then what is the answer? Answer is E3. The electrode potential of E naught Fe plus 2 by Fe plus 3 is equals to 2X minus 3Y. So option 3 is the correct one. That's it. Okay, remember electrode potential is not a additive property because it is intensive property. It is not extensive property. Okay, right. Let us move to next question. Okay, they given lambda 1 and lambda 2. Find the ratio of E1 and E2. The easiest question they given from the atomic structure. Atomic structure. What is the subtopic? Nature of light. Okay, they given the lambda 1 and lambda 2 and they asked to find out the E1 and E2. What is the relation between the lambda and E? Or simply E is equals to HC by lambda, or E is directly proportional to lambda. Then from that relation what we can say, E1 by E2 is equals to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Both are inversely proportional. E is inversely proportional to lambda, na? Therefore E1 by E2 is equals to lambda 2 by lambda 1. Substitute. What is the lambda 2 given? 6000. What is the lambda 1 given? 3000. Then what is the ratio? 2:1. Then answer is, what is the ratio of E1 by E2? Is 2:1. That's it. Very simple question from the atomic structure. So everyone can do it. Very, very easy question. This is also easiest question from the chemical bonding. Okay, chemical bonding from MOT. Okay, increasing order of bond length from the following. So first we have to decide the bond order. To find out the bond length order, first we have to decide the what? Bond order. What is the relation between the bond order and bond length? Bond order is inversely proportional to bond length, or bond length is inversely proportional to bond order, right? Right, they given the some species like O2 plus. Okay, how many electrons are there? 16 minus 1, 15 electrons. 15 electrons means bond order is what? Bond order is 2.5. Bond order is 2.5. Next, they given O2. 16 electron species, bond order is 2. Bond order is what? 2. Next they are given O2 minus 2. How many electrons are there? 18 electrons. 18 electrons means bond order is 1. And what is they given? O2 minus, how many electrons are there? 17 electrons. 17 electrons means bond order is 1.5. Okay, which one has the lowest bond order? O2 minus 2, peroxide ion. Its bond order is 1, right? Bond length is highest. So what is that? This is not option. This is also not an option. This is also increasing order, na? Right? Increasing order. O2 minus 2. O2 minus, O2, O2 plus. That is not correct option. Here bond order is 1, less bond length is more. They asked the increasing order. Okay, O2 plus, after that O2 minus, might be it is, okay, bond order is less, bond length is more. Maybe it is decreasing order. Then you can take the option 4. O2 minus 2, bond order is 1. That means bond order is less, bond length is more. So they might be asked for the decreasing order. That means we have to write the from lowest to highest is the increasing order. Highest to lowest is the right. Next, let us move to the number of monobrominated products in the following reaction, including stereoisomers. Monobromination, right? In this, right? This is A, this is A, this is B, C, D. That means how many structural isomers are formed? 4 structural isomers. One structural isomer is like this. Okay, Br. Second structural isomer is like this, Br. And third structural isomer is like this, Br. And fourth structural isomer is this, Br. Okay, they asked for stereoisomers. Here we have the one chiral center. Here no chiral center. Right here we have the one chiral center. That means here we have the DL isomers. No DL. Here we have the DL. 2 products over here, 1 product over here, 2 products. Here there is no chiral center, only 1 product. Totally 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Totally how many monobrominated products you get, including stereoisomers? 6. 6 are the isomers, right? Next, they given a reactions, right? Benzene CO plus HCl. What is the name of the reaction? Gutterman-Koch reaction. Gutterman-Koch reaction. Okay, what we get? What is the P? P is the benzaldehyde, right? PHCH. Okay, next reaction is Friedel-Crafts acylation. Friedel-Crafts acylation. Right, right, right. What you get? This is the Friedel-Crafts acylation. What is the byproduct you get? Acetophenone. What is the product you get? Acetophenone. Okay, along with we get the byproduct HCl. Okay, whatever it may be, here we get the acetophenone. What is the question? They add the P and K. That means PHCHO plus acetophenone, PHCOCH3 in presence of NaOH H2. What is this? Crossed aldol. This is crossed aldol reaction. Crossed aldol reaction. In the crossed aldol reaction, whatever it may be, in the aldol reaction, first acid-base reaction takes place. So this is the acidic hydrogen. Then what happened? We have the nucleophile PHCOCH2 minus is formed. This will attack over here. After that, upon heating, water will lose. Then product will be pH. Okay, C double bond O, CH double bond CH, pH. What is the question? Number of pi electrons in the Z. This is the Z. Here we have the 3 pi bonds. Here we have the 3 pi bonds. Okay, alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound is formed. Here we have 1 pi bond. Here we have the 1 pi bond. Totally 8 pi bonds are formed. Product having the how many pi bonds? 8 pi bonds. 8 pi bonds means how many pi electrons are there? 16 pi electrons are present in the given compound. Then answer will be number of pi electrons is 16 pi electrons. That's it. Let's move to next question. Okay, statement 1. Okay, they given some compounds, their boiling point order. Boiling point order is in the decreasing order due to the decreasing. Yes, here 1, 2, 3 carbons are there. Here 1, 2, here only 1 carbon. Right? Molecular weight increases, surface area increases. Surface area increases, van der Waals forces of attraction increases. Van der Waals forces of attraction increases, boiling point is increases. So what is the boiling point? So boiling point is nothing but directly proportional to molecular weight. This is the correct order. Boiling point order. Statement 1 is true. Statement 1 is correct. Boiling point is in decreasing order due to the decreasing van der Waals forces. From here to here, van der Waals forces of attractions are decreases and boiling point also decreases. Next statement they given, para-dichlorobenzene has more melting point value than the ortho-dichlorobenzene due to its symmetric structure. This statement also right as para-dichlorobenzene having the symmetry. Due to symmetry, what happened? Molecules are closely packed. Due to the closely packing of these molecules, what happened? Van der Waals forces of attractions are increases. As van der Waals forces of attraction increases, boiling point also increases. So those molecules which are having the symmetrical structure, having the in the lattice, all the molecules are closely packed, effectively packed, and thereby van der Waals forces of attractions increases. As van der Waals forces of attractions increases and melting point also increases. That's why due to the symmetrical structure of para-chlorobenzene, it has the more melting point than the what? Ortho-dichlorobenzene. Both statements are correct. Both statements correct. Right? Let's move to next question. Okay. Tyrosine, Right. Which of the following give violet color complex with neutral FeCl3? That means that compound must be having the phenol group. When treated with neutral FeCl3, neutral, it gives the green color or violet color characteristic colors. They given violet color due to the formation of this complex. FeOPH taken 6 minus 3. Violet color complex. That means to give the positive test with the FeCl3, it must be having the what? Phenol group. Okay, let us see tyrosine. Tyrosine, what is the structure of tyrosine? This is it has the phenol structure. All are alpha amino acids. Okay, it has the phenol group. So that it gives the positive FeCl3 test. And cysteine not having, serine threonine also not having. What are the structures? All are alpha amino acids. Here I have NH2, COOH. Okay, here I have OH. Here I have the CH3. This is the threonine. No phenolic group. You can take serine. What is the serine structure? This is NH2, COOH. Here we have the OH. No phenol group. Alcohol group is there. What is the cysteine? It has the thioalcohol group. NH2, COOH. Here we have the SH. Okay. In the serine, no phenol group, so it does not give the FeCl3 test. In the cysteine, there is no phenol group, it has the thioalcohol group, it does not give that. And this one also not gives, it has the secondary alcoholic group, right? This one, threonine, also not gives the positive FeCl3 test. Only tyrosine gives the positive FeCl3 test. Right? Right. Let's move to next question. So question is from carbohydrates. Biomolecules. Biomolecules, amino acids. Okay. The easiest question they given from the properties of K. Properties of equilibrium constant from the chemical equilibrium. The question is from the chemical equilibrium. What is the question? X2 plus Y2. Equilibrium with 2xy. One equation. X plus of Z2. Equilibrium with xyz. Say it is the equation 1. This is the equation 2. And what is the K3 for the given equation? This is the given equation. How you get? Observe the both equations to get the third equation. How you get the equation 3? Equation 3 is equals to 1 by 2 equation 1 plus equation 2. Then you get the what? Equation 3. Then which means K3 is equals to, if you divide the equation by 2, K will get root. Then it will become K3 is equals to root K1. When you add the equation, it will become into. That means what is the K3? K3 is equals to root K1 into K2. What is the K1? K3 is equals to under root K1. What is the K1 value? 2.5 into 10 power minus 5 into 5 into 10 power minus 3. Okay, simplify it. K3 is equals to 25 into 10 power minus 6 root into 5 into 10 power minus 3. What you get? Right? 5 into 10 power minus 3 into 5 into 10 power minus 3. What you get? 25 into 10 power minus 6. Then answer will be 2.5 into 10 power minus 5. Then answer will be 1. Very easy. If you have the idea about the properties of equilibrium constant, we can easily deal with this question. Right, let's move to next question. All right, match the list. They given the electronic configurations and they given the ionization energies. So we have to match the list 1 and list 2. How to match? Simple. You people have to remember the order of the ionization energy of the S black element, P black elements. Highest ionization energy is shown by the inert gases in the period. These are all in the period, right? Obviously in the period. NS2, NS2 NP1, NS2 NP3, NS2 NP, those electronic configuration shows that all the elements A, B, C, D elements are in the period. What is the general nature of period about the ionization energy? When you move along the period from the left to right, ionization energy is what increases. Okay, right. What is the general P6 greater than P5? After P5 you can't get the P4, you get the P3, P4 and P2. Okay, after P10 you can't get the P1, you get the S2,
5 to 10 minutes.
and after that you get the P1, S1. S1 has the this is the alkaline earth metal having lowest. So among the given values, which one is the lowest? This may be 4. A matches with 4. After that, this has the lowest. After that, we have the P2. There is no P2. And highest is shown by the P6. P6 means D. And D matches with highest value. Which is the highest value? 3. After that, highest value is P3. That means C matches with the second highest. Second highest is 1. And the remaining is what? B. B matches with the remaining 2. Then A4, B2, C1, D3. Then answer will be 4. Very easy if you remember this order. Whether it is IE1 or it is IE2 or it is IE3, you can give the order like this. P6, P5. After P5, due to the off-field of configuration, you get the P3. After P4, P2. Due to the off-field fulfilled electronic configuration, S2. After that P1, after that S1. This is the order of ionization energy. Accordingly, you have to match the options. Right? This is about chemistry. For now, later we will discuss remaining part. Next topic we will discuss the physics. Right? Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I'll take over for physics. We have few questions. We have received few questions based on your memories only. Okay. Okay. So as we have seen till now, the exams questions are generally involving only the easiest questions in physics, basically based on formula. Most of the questions are based on formula. Few questions which are either calculative or few questions which are based on few mixed concepts or mixed formulas we have seen till now. Now let us start with this one. See, the first question over here is basically based on kinematics. We all know we have studied kinematics in 11th as well as kinematics, to be exact, equations of motion. So we have studied same kind of formulas in 9th as well as in 11th, and you have faced this same formula, this same question in 9th as well. So one of the easiest possible questions you can face is this one over here. Easy. Now what the question says, a balloon moving with speed of 10 meter per second in upward direction. So over here there is a balloon which is moving in upward direction with 10 meter per second at height of 75 meters. So this height over here is given as 75 meter. A stone is released, distance traveled by the stone in air. First question is, if we release a stone from a moving train, will the stone be at rest when we release, or will it have motion? We already know that when we release a stone from the moving train outside, we know that stone will have the speed of that train as well. Correct or not? That means the stone, instead of landing over here, it will land somewhere in the front of that point over there. Correct? So over here, when the balloon is moving in upward direction, we took our hand out and we released the stone. So stone will have the velocity which is being imparted by the balloon to our body. Correct or not? So over here the stone will be moving with a speed of 10 meter per second in upward direction. That is what we know. So over here the speed of the balloon is 10 meter per second. Acceleration acting on the body is minus 10 meter per second square. So can you tell me, if I release it over here, what will be the motion? What will motion look like? The stone will go over here, somewhere it will land, means somewhere its velocity will become 0 at the maximum height. After that it will return and land on the ground over here, correct? So this distance we already know, this distance is given as 75 meter. But what about this distance over here? Can we calculate? Easily. We know whatever distance it has moved from here to here, that same distance it will move from here to here, correct or not? So either of these distances, if we will calculate, the other distance is already known. Done? So over here, u is given as 10, a is minus 10. Can we calculate that distance? Yes. Over here, final velocity will become 0 at the maximum height. So we can write 0 square equals u square, that is 10 square minus 2 into 10 into h. Correct? So the height moved over here will become 100 divided by 20, that is 5 meter over here. So this distance over here is 5 meters. So this distance over here is 5 meters. So what is the total distance over here? 5 plus 5 plus 75, correct? That is equal to 85 meter. This is the distance traveled by the stone. Done? Next part. See, this question is basically based on semiconductors. You have seen already that semiconductor, other part questions is coming or not, but logic gates is there. Semiconductor, logic gate. And this is based on Boolean's algebra, if you remember. Boolean's algebra. And over here, this is an easy question if you have solved. Easy. Now, if we look through this question, the input over here is A, so input over here must be A, and over here input A must be A. Over here if it is B, then the same connection over here B. So what is the output over here? A into B, over here output A into B. Now we are feeding these two outputs over here, A, B plus AB, that is the output of OR gate, but we have NOR gate, NOT gate over here as well. So the complete output will be AB plus AB bar, correct or not? And that AB plus AB bar can be written as AB into AB bar, and as we know, this is the product or intersection of these two, so it will result into AB bar, correct or not? And finally, AB bar can be written as A bar plus B bar. Done? So over here, which option? Fourth option over here. If you don't have this solution, you can check with the truth table as well. You can get the answer from there as well. Next, two photons of wavelength lambda 1 and lambda 2 use photoelectric effect on a metal surface emitting two photoelectrons of kinetic energy K1 and K2. Find work function of a metal. This question generally, this question is from modern physics. And this question involves a basic calculation, to be exact, photoelectric effect. And this over here involves a basic calculation. So I'll say it is in moderate range. If you know how to calculate, you will be able to solve. If not, this is tough. Okay. So over here, if I'll solve, we already know the equation of photoelectric effect. What is the equation? The incident energy must be equal to work function plus kinetic energy, correct or not? To be exact, maximum kinetic energy. What do we know? So over here, if I want this E, the kinetic energies are given over here. So kinetic energy K1 must be equal to E. What is the value of E? The value of lambda 1 over here. So HC divided by lambda 1, which is equal to 2 lambda minus this value over here is 5. Correct? Two photons of wavelength on a metal. So metal surface is same. So 5 must be same. But these two values are different. What about K2 over here? K2 can be written as HC divided by lambda minus, what is the value of this over here? 5. Equation 2. Now do we have the value of K1 and K2? Yes, we already have K1 and K2 relation. K1 equals 3K. So I'm writing it as 3 times of K equals HC divided by 2 lambda minus 5. And over here K2 is given as K. So K will be equal to HC divided by lambda minus 5. If I'll place this K over here, we'll get the answer. So 3 times of HC divided by lambda minus 3 5 must be equal to HC divided by 2 lambda minus 5. So finally solving it, I'll replace this on this side over here. So 3HC divided by lambda minus HC divided by 2 lambda must be equal to this over here 2 5. So over here if I'll multiply 2 and divide it by 2. So this one over here will become 5HC divided by 2 lambda must be equal to 2 5. So 5 over here must become 5HC divided by 4 lambda. The value of phi or work function over here will become 5HC by 4 lambda. Next question. A block attached to a spring has natural frequency F1 if the spring is cut in 2 equal half and only one half of the spring is connected to the block, then the frequency becomes F2. Now over here we already know that spring constant is nothing but y into A by L, correct or not? That means yk or stiffness constant is directly proportional to area and is inversely proportional to length. So over here we know that these two are constants here since we are cutting the wire, not stretching it. So over here we can write k is inversely proportional to L. Now if k is inversely proportional to L, the value of k1 divided by k will become this over here is proportional to L, this over here is proportional to L by 2, correct or not, since we are making it half. This will cancel out, so k1 must becomes equal to 2k. k1 must become equal to 2k. Now over here what is the time period? Time period of SHM, let me show you over here. F equals minus of k into x, so A must be equals to minus of k by m into x. So omega square from here will become k by m, correct or not? So omega over here will become root under k by m, correct or not? But we are talking about frequency, so what is the frequency over here? And frequency over here will be equal to minus 2 pi omega equals to pi into f, which is equal to root under k by m. So f must be proportional to root of k, correct? That is what we know. So over here f1 must be proportional to root of k, that is original value, and f2 over here must be proportional to root of 2k, that is the cutted spring value, half of the spring. So over here if I take the ratio of f1 by f2, what will be this ratio be? F2 by F1 I think, so I'll take this ratio and reciprocal it, root 2. So it is equal to 1 by root 2, but we need the opposite ratio or reverse ratio, so it will be equal to root 2 is to 1. So what is the answer for this one? 1, correct? Next, two projectile projected from ground with same speed have same range, their times are given, find their range. They have same range, and we already know the condition for same range. What is the condition for same range? Theta and alpha if are the angles of projection, then theta plus alpha must be equal to 90 degrees. That means they are complementary angles, correct or not? Time period may be different, but range will become same. That is what we know. So over here if I talk about time period is given as 2ui divided by g. That means time period over here is proportional to ui. So over here t1 divided by t2 will be equal to, we have the time periods already given, but this is proportional to u sine theta divided by u sine alpha, and alpha can be written as 90 minus theta since the range is same. So over here this is sine of 90 minus theta. So this sine 90 minus theta can be written as cos theta. So this can be written as sine theta by cos theta. This can be written as tan theta over here, correct or not? And this is t1 by t2, so it is equal to 1 by 2. So basically we got the value of tan theta as 1 by 2. We got the value of tan theta as 1 by 2. Now after getting the tan theta as 1 by 2, what is the range? We can calculate the range either for theta or alpha. Since we have calculated theta, we'll calculate the range for theta only, correct? R equals We know the formula 2 times of uy into ux divided by g. This is the basic formula over here. So it can be written as 2 times of u sine theta into u cos theta divided by g. This is the value over here. Now, if we have the value of tan theta, can we calculate this value over here if time period is already given? See, 2u sine theta divided by g, this value is already known if we know. Do we have this value? Yes, we already have this value. So, if I want, I'll write this formula in this way. 2 times of u square over here, sine square theta divided by g, 2 times of u square into sine square theta divided by g into over here it will remain as cos theta divided by sine theta. Yes or no? Over here if you want, write it as g square as well, since we have the time period given for that 5 seconds. I'll use that relation over here. So what is the value? 2 times of this over here is uy square or 2uy by g. That is the formula. Just a second. Yes. So over here we can write this formula as, just a second, let me, 4 divided by 2. So 1 by 2 into this over here is t1 square 2uy by g whole square. So t1 square into 1 by tan theta. This is the value. So it is equal to 1 by 2 into t1 is 5 second. That means 5 into 5 into 1 by 1 by 2. So over here it is equal to 25 by 2 multiplied by 2. This will cancel out. So it is equal to 25, or I have missed something. Yes, 1 g is remaining over here. So 250 into 10 g into 10, and this over here will become 250 meter. Done? This question over here, since is involving, this is kinematics, 2 dimension, and since it is involving mixed what do we call as formulas, so this question is, I'll say, moderate. Calculation wise it is moderate since it is involving 2 formulas at the same time. Next, a new unit alpha is chosen such that it is equal to the distance traveled by light in vacuum in 1 second. What it means, that we know that the unit of length is 1 meter, but over here the unit of length is not exactly 1 meter. Alpha over here is equal to c, which is equal to 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter. Correct or not? That is what we know. This is the new unit of length. Now tell me, in 6 minutes and 40 seconds, how much distance will the light cover? So distance covered by light in this time equals speed of light multiplied by time taken. So speed of light is c and time taken in seconds is 6 into 60 plus 40. That is equal to 400 multiplied by c. Correct or not? This is the distance covered by it. But the unit, this unit or this length is supposed to be in meters. Correct? But we know that now the unit is not meter. The unit is this value over here as 1 meter. So over here in a new unit, what will be the new value of distance? The value of distance can be written as whatever be the magnitude in this one, 400 multiplied by c, and the unit or new unit we need to convert, so it is c into 1, that is equal to 400 units over here. What is the distance in new units? Exactly 400 units over here. Done? Okay, we are done with the questions from physics. Now Vijay sir will take over for maths. Okay, thank you everyone.
Thank you, Rahul sir. Okay, now we continue the maths questions, and actually we do it fast, don't worry. Okay. Okay, our first question is number of value of the z belongs to C satisfying the equation modulus of z minus 4 plus 8 iota equal to root 10 and modulus of z minus 3 plus 5 iota plus modulus of z minus 5 plus 11 iota equal to 4 root 5. First, I am writing both equation in point form. So, first one is modulus of z minus 4 plus 8 iota can be written as 4 comma 8 equal to root 10. So, that is circle. And another is ellipse PA plus PB equal to constant z minus point is 3 comma 5 and plus modulus of z minus 5 comma 11, okay, equal to 4 root 5. So first I am going to draw the ellipse only. Here focus of the ellipse one is 3 comma 5, this is 3 comma 5 and another focus is 5 comma 11, 5 comma 11, this one is 5 comma 11. Okay, so these are the focus. If we join these two, midpoint will be the center and midpoint is 4 comma 11 plus 5, 16 by 2, 8, 4 comma 8. Okay, so finally our ellipse is like this one. Now I need value of A and B for the ellipse. Distance between the focus is 2AE. 2AE is equal to root over x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. Root how much? 40. It means 2 root 10. So A equal to 10, then A square is equal to 10. Okay. Then A square can be written as A square minus B square equal to 10. And this length PA plus PB equal to 2A, 2A equal to 2 root 5, 2A equal to 4 root 5. Okay, so A is root 5, A is root 5, 2 root 5. If A is 2 root 5, then A square is equal to 20, then B square is equal to 10. If B square is equal to 10, then B is 10, B is root 10, B is root 10, then this length is root 10. Okay, and when we draw the circle, center is 4 comma 8 and radius is root 10. Center is 4 comma 8, radius is root 10. This is going to be circle. So total how many point of intersection we have? 2. So our answer is 2 only. Third one correct. Okay. Now coming to next question. Next one, question from the vector. A vector is given, B vector is given, and a vector C vector is such that this one equal to 0, A dot C is equal to 15, then the value of C vector dot this one. So first we need to find the C vector. Here I am writing this equation as 2A vector cross B vector. This one if I change the order, then minus 3 times C cross B equal to 0. In both B vector common, so 2A vector minus 3C vector cross B vector equal to 0. Okay, now cross product of these two vectors 0. So can I say 2A minus 3C equal to lambda B vector. Now to get value of lambda, I need one relation that they give that A dot C equal to 0. So what I am doing, I am taking the dot with A vector. Dot with A vector. So twice A vector dot A vector modulus of A square. Modulus of A square is 16, 1 and 9, 26. Okay. Then minus 3 into A vector dot C vector. A vector dot C vector is 15, so it is 45 equal to lambda A vector dot B vector. A vector dot B vector 40 minus 2 minus 3, 35. Okay, so here 35. So 35 lambda 56 minus this one, that is equal to, sorry, 52 minus 45, 7. 7 equal to 35 lambda. Lambda is equal to 1 by 5. We got value of lambda, we place here. This equation again I am writing 2A vector minus 3C vector equal to B vector by 5. What I need C vector only. So to get C vector, 3C vector equal to 2A vector minus B vector by 5 and C vector equal to 5 LCM, then 10 A vector minus B vector 5 and 3 also, so 15. Okay. Now suppose this vector is D vector. So what we need? C vector dot D vector equal to 1 by 15 as it is. Dot of this one with D vector. And what is this 10 A vector minus B vector? 10 A minus B. 10 times of this one minus 10. 40 minus 10, 30 I keep. Then 10 minus 10 and minus 2 minus 12 J keep. And then 30 minus minus plus 1, 31 K keep. Okay, it's k cap. K cap. Okay. Now we take the dot with this vector. So I cap into I cap, that is 30. J cap into J cap minus 12, and 31 into minus 3, so minus 93. If we simplify this one, what we are getting, minus 63 minus 12 minus 75 by 15, that is equal to minus 5. So our answer for this question is minus 5. Okay. Now coming to next question is based on system of equation. These are the three equation what they are asking. Has infinitely many solution than value of lambda plus mu. Okay, easy one only. So first, to get the value of lambda delta equal to 0, as the infinite solution, then delta and all the delta will be 0. So first delta equal to 0, 1 1 1 1 2 5, then 2 2 lambda. Okay, equal to 0. I am expanding with respect to R3, 2 into 5 minus 2 3 minus 2 into 5 minus 1 4 and plus lambda into 2 minus 1 1. Okay, equal to 0. What we are getting, 6 minus 8 minus 2, lambda equal to 2. Now for the mu, what I do, I will use delta 2 equal to 0. Delta 2 equal to 0. So first one remains same, 1 1 2, and these are replaced by 6 18 mu, and third column is 1 5 lambda. Lambda we already got 2 equal to 0. Okay. Now again I am expanding with respect to R3, 2 into 30 minus 18 12 minus mu into what we are getting, 5 minus 1 4 and plus 2 into 18 minus 6 is 12 equal to 0. So 4 mu is equal to 24 24 48, then mu is equal to 12. We got mu 12 and lambda 2. So what is this sum? That is equal to 14. One easy one only. Okay, basic problem. Now coming to next question. This is the question from the statistics, mean and variance of these data equal to 1 and 13, and the mean and variance of these 6 data is 2 and 1 respectively. Then the variance of the combined data. Okay, either you use the combined variance formula, or let me do same as procedure. First, mean formula, if you use sigma xi. Sigma xi is mean into n into x bar. So number of data 4, so 4. Okay. Then variance, this is variance. Variance formula is sigma xi square by n minus x bar square 1 equal to 13. From here we will get the sigma xi square. First I am going to find the sigma xi and sigma xi square for both the sequence. Okay, both the series. So here we are getting 14 and into 4. So what we are getting, 56. So 56 sigma xi square. Okay, now same thing for another series. First sigma yi, that is equal to n into y bar. What is the y bar? Y bar is equal to 2, n is 6, so it is 12. Then variance formula, sigma yi square by n minus y bar square 4, that is equal to 1. So sigma yi square, 5 into 6 30. Okay. Now combined variance. Variance will be sigma xi square plus sigma yi square. So let me write the value, 56 plus 30. Sum of square of all the data divided by total number of data for this side, and 6 that side. So how much we have total? 10 minus x bar whole square. X bar sum of all the data, 4 of this group, 12 of this group, divide by total number of data whole square. It is 86 by 10, 8.6, and this is 16 by 10, 1.6. 1.6 whole square is 2.56. So what we are getting, 6.04. Okay, is there any option? Option 1 is correct. Now coming to next question. O be the vertex of the parabola y square equal to 4x, p and q are the two variable points on the parabola such that the chord OP and OQ are perpendicular to each other. Locus of the midpoint of the chord PQ. Okay. So this is the parabola which is y square equal to 4ax, y square equal to 4ax. This is the point P and this one is the point Q. And what they are saying, that this angle is 90 degree. Suppose this point is 8t1 square comma 2 8t1. and this point is a t2 square comma 2a t2. What you want? Locus of midpoint. Suppose this is the midpoint. First I am taking this one as h comma k. Now you want relation between h and k, and they give that these two are perpendicular. What is the slope of this line? y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, 2 by t1. Slope of this line, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, 2 by t2. Then both are perpendicular, so m1 m2 equal to minus 1. When you multiply 2 by t1 into 2 by t2 equal to minus 1, t1 t2 equal to minus 4. So because OP perpendicular OQ, we got t1 t2 equal to minus 4. Now that matter, h 2h is equal to, I'm using midpoint formula to get the locus, x1 plus x2, a times t1 square plus t2 square, and 2k is equal to y1 plus y2, 2a common, t1 plus t2. Then from here t1 plus t2 we are getting as k by a. Okay, now let me replace here. T1 square plus t2 square, that can be written as t1 plus t2 whole square minus 2 t1 t2. Then 2h equal to a, t1 plus t2, k square by a square, t1 t2 is minus 4 into this one, plus 8. We take the LCM a square, then we are getting 2a, h replaced by x equal to, then a cancel, y square plus 8a. Okay, now this can be written as y square equal to 2a common, x minus 4a. This is the equation of parabola whose length of lattice rectum is 2a, and what they ask, lattice rectum of the curve C. So answer is 2a. Okay, now coming to next question. A student goes to examination center by the bus, scooter or car. Okay, then of which being equally likely. So probability that he is late if he takes bus, scooter or car is 1 by 5, 1 by 3, 1 by 4 respectively. Very basic question from the Bayes theorem. Given that he reaches late, then probability that travel by a bus. So let me first take the cases because we have more than one option. So E1 I am considering travel by bus. For E2 another case travel by scooter, and E3 another case travel by car. Okay, and A which has occurred, what has occurred? Student is reaches late. Okay, this has occurred. Now they are asking probability of E1 where A has occurred. So let me use the formula, Bayes theorem. P of E1, P of A by E1 divide by P of E1, P of A by E1 plus P of E2, P of A by E2. Okay, P of E3, P of A by E3. By the way, today we got maximum easy questions only. Now see, E1, E2, E3, bus, scooter, car equally likely. So all has same probability. That's why I got cancel out. A by E1. If E1 has occurred, what is the probability of A? What is E1? Bus. If he is traveling with the bus, what is the probability of reaching late? This one. Take a 1 by 5. So similarly here also 1 by 5. In case of E2, in case of scooter, it is 1 by 3. And in case of E3, that is car, that is 1 by 4. When you add this one, you will get your answer as 12 by 47. Okay. Now, is there any? Okay, so remaining question of maths we do later. Now it's time for the physics question. I request her to join us. Hello students. This is Venkat sir, chemistry. Now I'll continue the remaining questions whatever you received till now. In this paper, some questions appears to be easier compared to previous also. These are memory based questions, keep it in the mind first of all. Now, if you come to first question, bromine trifluoride self-ionization to form BrF2 plus and BrF4 minus. This is chemical bonding related. And shapes like VSEPRT rehybridation, shapes of molecules. Now if you come to BrF3 upon self-ionization,
BRF3, they gave BRF2 plus and BRF4 minus, right? Now, if you come to BRF2 plus, go through the process, don't write direct memory based. So, bromine, 7 valence electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. BRF2 plus, so loss of an electron, so only 6 electrons remaining. Here, BRF2 fluorine and fluorine. So, 2 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. So, here bromine and 2 lone pairs here and 2 bond pairs here, right? AB2L2 model, so shape is bent shape. Same like water, right? Next, if you come to BRF4 minus, bromine central atom, valence electrons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And here BRF4 minus, so gain of 1 more electron. Then it will be fluorine, fluorine, fluorine and fluorine. So more 2 lone pairs. So it is in the form of AB4L2. So bromine, AB4L2 shape is square planar. 1 lone pair above, 1 lone pair below, right? So fluorine here, fluorine, fluorine and fluorine. BRF4 minus. So AB4L2 model, square planar. So it is square planar, bent comma square planar respectively. Cation is bent, anion is square planar. So bent and square planar. Next, if you go to next one, number of correct statements in the following. All monosaccharides are reduced in sugars, open chain cyclic of D-glucose, glucopyranose and oligosaccharides, right? Here glycogen animal. This is from biomolecules, carbohydrates part. Every paper they are giving at least one question in the biomolecules, carbohydrates, vitamins, etc. topics. They ask a number of correct statements. In this, which are correct statements? If you come to first one, it is carbohydrates, right? It may be numerical type. First statement, all monosaccharides are reduced in sugars. It is correct, right? Next, open chain and cyclic of D-glucose is found to be equilibrium. This is property of only alpha D-glucopyranose. No, it is wrong. Clearly mentioned in NCERT. Next, all oligosaccharides give same monosaccharides on hydrolysis. No. Yes, glucose, sucrose taken, for example, sucrose taken, glucose and fructose we are getting. So, all oligosaccharides does not give same type of monosaccharides, different also. Some may be same, some may be different, right? Next, if you come to glycogen is animal starch. Yes, glycogen is present in animal starch. So, number of correct statements 2, 1 and 4. Okay. Next, if you go to next question, calcium carbonate decomposition given, further carbon monoxide formation, Kp1 and Kp2. This is from chemical equilibrium topic, equilibrium constant, right? So, chemical equilibrium also one question given in this session. In every paper they gave, mostly it is equilibrium constant Kp. So, first of all, what they gave. See the physical state. Physical state plays most important role in this. Here solid, here also solid, it is the gaseous. So what is Kp1 now? Kp1 is partial pressure of product, solid. So active mass of solid, partial pressure of solid is 1 into partial pressure of CO2 gaseous S by partial pressure of CaCO3 solid. It is given as 8 into 10 power minus 2. That is partial pressure of CO2 is given simply 8 into 10 power minus 2. Such question given in the previous JEE also. Next, if you come to Kp2 carbon solid given, CO2 gaseous, CO gas. So if you come to Kp2 is partial pressure of CO power 2 divided by, it is solid, 1 into partial pressure of CO2 power 1, right? Coefficient as power. Kpt value given as 2. 2 equals to partial pressure of CO to be determined. So partial pressure of CO power 2 divided by 1 into partial pressure of CO to obtain here. We can utilize this. So upon substitution, 8 into 10 power minus 2. Upon calculation, partial pressure of CO power 2 is 2 8 is 16. 16 into 10 power minus 2. Partial pressure of CO will be upon square root on both sides. 4 into 10 power minus 1 is 0.4. It is in atmosphere. And dash into 10 power minus 1 is 4 into 10 power minus 1. So x value is 4. This is one of the easiest question in the equilibrium till now, right? Next, number of aromatic compounds. This is from general organic chemistry. In this session 2 as well as in the session 1 also, they gave questions from more questions are most priority given for general organic chemistry. 11th class, compulsory student need to focus much on this. GOC, and it is aromaticity topic. Many times they gave in the JEE aromaticity, aromatic compounds, which are aromatic, which are non-aromatic, which are anti-aromatic. What is the basic condition for aromaticity? Aromatic and anti-aromatic and non-aromatic. Aromatic and anti-aromatic first conditions are similar most of the. So it must be cyclic and continuous conjugation. Next, planar. Planarity is most important. Planar means either sp or sp2, not sp3. Next, 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. 4n plus 2 pi electron rule. N is not any ring, just number. N value 0 onwards, n value 0 substituted. 2, n value 1, 6, n value 2, 10, so on electrons. This is the first condition. Next, next, and next. These are, if all these conditions satisfied, then only aromatic. Next, if you come to anti-aromatic, same, cyclic, it must be cyclic. Next, continuous conjugation, it must be same. Next, planarity, it must be same. Next, 4n plus 2 pi electron is 4n pi electrons. N value is from 1. N value 1, it will be 4, N value 2, 8, so on like this. Planarity plays most important role. Any of the 4 not satisfied, any of these 4 also not satisfied, then it will be non-aromatic. Major condition is planarity, right? Now check this. It is cyclic. Yes. Next to continuous conjugation, double bond, single bond, positive charge is double bond, single bond, positive charge, continuous conjugation is there. Cyclic, continuous conjugation and planar. It is sp2, 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 right now? So planarity also satisfied. Next, only 1 pi bond, 2 pi electrons. So it is aromatic. First compound is aromatic. Next, second one. Conjugation is there, but it is 2 hydrogens present here. It is sp3 carbon. So it is not planar. So it is not aromatic. It is actually non-aromatic. Next, if you come to this, due to electronegativity oxygen, here also oxygen, it appears like this. Then it will be O minus and it is plus, double bond and O minus and plus. So it is also not aromatic, only 2 pi bonds, 2 plus 2, 4 pi electrons only present. So it is also not aromatic. It is not aromatic, it is also not aromatic. It is anti-aromatic actually, right? Next one, what is this? Benzene, naphthalene, anthracene, phenanthrene. All those are aromatic. So this is there in NCERT. It is also aromatic. Cyclic, planar, conjugation. 7 pi bonds are there. 7 to the 14 pi electrons. So aromatic. So number of aromatic compounds. So answer is 2. First one and last one. Okay, students. Yeah, if you go to next one, here 30% weight by weight methanol in CCl4 have mole fraction of solvent equal to 0.33. This is from solutions and concentration terms. First one is concentration terms. Next, second part is the ideal non-ideal solutions. This is from ideal and non-ideal solutions. Right? Yeah, if you come to first one, 30% W by W methanol in CCl4. Methanol is solute, CCl4 is solvent, right? So if you take methanol CH3OH and CCl4, 30% weight by weight means the 30 parts of solute in 100 parts of solution. 30 parts of solute means it is 30 grams. It will be 70 grams, right? So weight of solute is 30, solvent is 70 grams. Then its gram molecular weight is CH3OH, CH416, O16. So it is 32. Next, its gram molecular weight will be CCl4, Cl271, another Cl271, 142 plus 12, 154. If you come to a number of moles, 30 divided by 32, it is nearly 0.9, right? 32 by 32 is 1, 32 divided by 30 by 32 is 0.9. Next here, its number of moles will be 70 divided by 154. So nearly 70. 700 divide 154. 154 4s are 16. 4 15s are 60. Sorry, 4 4s are 16. 4 5s are 21. 21 4 6 16. So nearly 0.4. Right? It is number of moles, but the question is mole fraction of solvent. What is solvent here? Mole fraction of solvent, it is solute, it is solvent, right? So mole fraction of solvent is, mole fraction of CCl4 is number of moles of CCl4 divided by number of moles of methanol plus number of moles of CCl4. So CCl4 is here 0.4. It is 0.4 plus 0.9. So 4 by 9 plus 4, 13. 4 by 13. It is easy calculation only. Now 4 by 13, 0.13 3s are 39. Remaining 10, 100. So approximately 0.3 something, right? So they gave 0.33. So it is correct. Remember, these are the memory based questions. Numerical data may be slightly change may be there. After receiving original question, we will go through them exactly. So almost 0.3. So statement 1 is correct. Next, if you come to statement 2, CCl4 and methanol shows positive deviation. Simple thing, positive deviation. Compared to earlier, later vapor pressure is more. When vapor pressure will increase? Later, before bonds are there, later bonds reduced, decreased or becomes 0. Earlier strong bonds, bond curve will be like this, right? But if once bonds broken, then they shows like this, curve will increase. So that shows earlier between methanol and methanol hydrogen bond present. But once they are mixed, between methanol plus methanol CCl4 arises. So the bond break up, hydrogen bond will break up. So positive deviation that shows. So this is also correct. Both statement 1 and statement 2 both are correct. So both are correct. Where exactly state option 1 is right. Okay. Next, given below are two statements. here EA is activation energy is given, then room temperature, the rate constant double for rise of 10 degrees Celsius. It is from chemical kinetics. First one is from rate constant, second one is order of reaction. Rate constant topic and order of reaction. Zero order, first order, most important for 11th JEE mains in the 12th standard, right? So first one, if you see the first statement, activation energy given at room temperature, rate constant double for rise of 10 degrees. This is basic statement. For every 10 degree rise in temperature, rate constant almost doubles, sometimes triples also, generally doubles, almost triples also sometimes, generally they'll give general statement for every 10 degrees, rate constant doubles. So statement 1 is correct. Next, for first order reaction, T off it is T off versus A naught is given as passing through origin. What is the formula for T off of first order reaction? T off is 0.693 by K. That is, T off is independent of initial concentration. Independent of initial concentration. But here means then graph will be T off versus A will be like this. This is the correct graph. This is the correct graph, but they gave this one, so it is incorrect. So statement 1 is correct, 2 is incorrect. 1 is correct, true, 2 is false. This is also one of the easiest question, basic level question only. Next. Kb is more than Kf for water. Kb is more than Kf for water. It is solutions. And Kb and Kf, depression freezing point constant, elevation boiling point constant. So solutions related to delta Tb and delta Tf. It is colligative properties. Kb is more than Kf. No, for water values also given in NCERT. Kb of water is 0.52 Kelvin kg per mole. Kf of water is 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. Yes, 1 second. Yeah. .86 Kelvin kg per mole. Oh, 1 second, students. 1.86 Kelvin kg per mole. This is the NCERT data. Yes, Kf and Kb values for water, including formulas you can apply. Kf and Kb are only for solvent, not for solute. RTB naught square by Kb equal to R into Tb naught square by 1000 into delta H vaporization into gram molecular weight of solvent. Right? It is for Kb. R is universal gas constant. Tb is boiling point of solvent. Delta H evaporation is enthalpy of vaporization. It is gram molecular weight of solvent. Next to Kb, Kf will be R into Tf naught square by 1000 delta H of fusion. Enthalpy of fusion into gram molecular weight of solvent. From this also we can calculate the values. So first statement, Kb is more than Kf, incorrect. Next, when we add a non-volatile solute in water, elevation in boiling point is more than depression freezing point. It is also incorrect. So if you come to delta Tb equal to Kb into m, delta Tf equal to Kf into m. If you take same molality, more Kb, more delta Tb, more Kf, more delta Tf. Kf is more, Tf will be more. Kf greater than Kp, delta Tf will be greater than delta Tb, right? So what they give here? When we add a non-volatile solute in water, elevation in boiling point is more than depression in freezing point. So it is also wrong statement. Both statements are incorrect here. Statement 1 and statement 2, both are incorrect here. Next, match the following. Weight is given and number of moles given. It is mole concept. This is the mole concept. Number of moles and number of molecules and number of atoms related question. So first of all, they gave some masses given and they asked number of molecules. Number of molecules formula is small n into capital N. Number of molecules equals to number of moles into Avogadro number, right? So number of moles formula, given weight by gram molecular weight, given weight divided by gram molecular weight into Avogadro number. Calculate for each. First option, P is given, right? So for P, 1.8 milligrams of water. So then what will be number of molecules? 1.8 milligrams of water. So 1.8 into 10 power minus 3 milligrams into grams divided by 18 into Avogadro number. Then it is 10 times 10 power minus 4 into Avogadro number. 10 power minus 4 into Avogadro number. So if P matches with 4. Next, if we come to Q, 1.8 milligrams of carbon. 1.8 milligrams means 1.8 into 10 power minus 3 divided by carbon atomic weight 12 into Avogadro number. So it is 0.15 into 10 power minus 3 into Na. 0.15 into 10 power minus 3 means 1.5 into 10 power minus 4 Na. So it is matching with, check the option, 1.8 mill, 1.5 10 power minus 4 Na. This will be 2. Next, 4.9 milligrams of H2SO4. It is not a tough calculation part, easy calculation. Like these questions, you can score easily. So don't skip these type of questions in the examination. Next here, 4.9 milligrams, 4.9 into 10 power minus 3 divided by gram molecular weight H2SO4 is 98 into Avogadro number. It is 20 times into 10 power minus 3 into Na. Now 0.05 into 10 power minus 3. So it is 0.5 into 10 power minus 4 Na. 1 by 20 is 0.05 into 10 power minus 3. So 0.5 into 10 power minus 4. So 1. So 11.7 milligrams. Last one is PQR. S will be 11.7 milligrams of NaCl. Weight is 11.7 into 10 power minus 3 divided by NaCl 58.5 into Avogadro number. So it is nearly 11 5s are 1 by 5. So 0.5 into 10 power, 1 by 5 is 0.2. 0.2 into 10 power minus 3 into Avogadro number. 2 into 10 power minus 4 into Avogadro number. So this one. Where is matching? We can equalize, right? So 4, 2, 1, 3. 4, 2, 1, 3, right? So option number 4. Next. Yeah, that's it, students. These questions only we received till now. Now, Fees Jacket sir will continue. Hello, sir.
All right, so let's begin the physics one. So what we have seen in this paper, that the paper, I mean, the thing is, it's a concept based, it's a formula based. However, there are few places where it becomes a very calculative. Now, in the calculative in the sense, meaning you have to simplify it because the question is asking kind of like multiple bracket solving and then asking what will be the approximate answer. So soon we are going to see this thing. So let's begin. Here we are going to get our first question for the second one. And it says the object 1 and 2 travels 104 and 120 respectively in 50 seconds with the initial speed 5 and 12. Now first thing first, they gave basically like a two equation and they're asking for two variable, which is going to be a1 and a2, which are the acceleration. Why do we need them? Because they're asking if their masses are 3 and 2.5, the ratio of the momentum of object 1 with respect to object 2, basically divide them at 50 seconds. So let me tell you right away. The question is not difficult. It is simply v is equals to u plus at, an SN formula. It's simply that. However, it is bit calculative. So let's begin. Starting with the SN formula. We know SN formula is going to be u plus a by 2 to n minus 1. So S n, which is for the first one, is given 104 is equals to 5 acceleration a1 by 2 2n minus 1. So 2n minus 1 we got here 50, so 2 into 50 minus 1, this is gonna be 99, and that is gonna be like 99 also. 104 minus 5, we need to do direct calculation. So 99 and can cancel and we get a1 is equals to 2 meter per second square. Next, similar way we will do the a2, which is going to be 120 is equals to, we got 12 plus a2 by 2, and of course same quantity, so I will directly write 99. Do these kind of smart calculation in the paper so that you can save as much as time possible. So here we are gonna get 108, this is gonna be a2, 99 divided by 2. Now these two cancel, this will go 11 times, this will go 12, so 24 divided by 11, that is gonna be a2. Now we are going to do talk about momentum. So the momentum requires something called velocity. So I'm just going to calculate the velocity here. V1 is going to be u1 plus a1 into t. So in this case, it's going to be 5 plus a1 is going to be 2 and t here is going to be 50. That total is going to be 105. And then here V2 is going to be next that one. 12 plus acceleration 24 divided by 11 multiplied by 50. Now you can solve this thing and you should be, so that we can get the final thing, which is going to be momentum. So momentum we are going to write as P1 by P2. That is gonna be M1 by M2 into V1 by V2. Now M1 is given as right here 3 kg divided by M2 is going to be 2.5, which is going to be 5 by 2 multiplied with V1 V2. Now V1 V2 here, as we got like 105, and here you can simply solve this thing, which is going to be 132 plus this is going to be 12 and 00 divided by 11. I mean, you can put it like that and simplify it later, it's your choice, but you do have to do this calculation, and when you do, you will get approximately equals to 1. To be more precise, it's going to be more than 1. So answer here is going to be third option, which says 1. Moving on to the next question. Now next question from electrostatics, and it is asking if the dipole moment of the system is q1, q2 is given at r1, r2, then what will be the dipole moment? Now this is a bit tricky question because people think that the dipole is going to be just plus charge and minus charge equal magnitude, and you should be just doing q into L, but that is just the basics. The more refined version here is simply you do dipole is equals to q1 into r1 plus q2 into r2. Now listen very carefully. If you got the charges same but opposite sign, what happen is you simply get Q into R2 minus R1, which basically the length of dipole. That what you have seen in the schooling thing, I mean kind of like in the syllabus at the basic level. But the real one is gonna be, if you get charges different, it's gonna be this. So let's start. Here I will write the Q1 as 3, then multiply with the R1, which is 2i plus 3j plus 3k cap minus 9, and then we are going to get I plus j plus k cap. Now we are just gonna do a bit of a smart calculation, like this is gonna be 6, that is gonna be 9 minus 3i cap. Then we are gonna get 3 into 3, 9, and guess it, this thing is 9 into 1 also 9, so it's gonna be like 0, 0 j cap. And similar thing is 3 into 3, 9, and that is also 9, again 0 k cap. So total answer is gonna be 3 microcoulomb into meter, which is gonna be this. If you're wondering why there is a no minus sign, because this question is kind of like asking for magnitude. How do I know this thing? Because look at the options. All the options are positive. So that means they're only giving the magnitude. And of course, there is no I cap and j cap present. Moving on to the next question. The next question is RBD. Again, the formula base, it's simple concept wise. However, it's a bit calculative. Let's try to understand first. They're asking that if the cylinder, solid cylinder, which means let's first write that inertia is gonna be mr square by 2 about its axis. It has a velocity in omega which is definitely not doing pure rolling motion, because pure rolling motion means omega is equals to v divided by r, but this thing is 4r, so obviously not pure rolling motion. They're asking after what time it will start pure rolling motion. So first thing we need to figure out what will be the condition at the time of pure rolling motions, which means what will be the velocity. So for that we will be doing conservation of angular momentum at base at this point right here. So if we do that, we are going to get something like this, and I'm going to write it directly, meaning without the symbol like a plus and minus sign. If they are opposite, I will write. If they are in same direction, I will not. For example, here the angular momentum before that is gonna be m. I'm gonna call this velocity as v naught. V naught into r plus inertia, which is gonna be mr square by 2 multiplied by the omega, which is given v naught divided by 4, mentioned right over here, and obviously r. Then I will write the portion which going to happen after the pure rolling is achieved. Pure rolling achieved meaning it's gonna be have MVR, of course. Let's call it a V1 type. Then we will be getting here mr square by 2, and here we get V1 by r, because pure rolling motions means V1 should be equals to omega 1 into r. And then we just need to simplify this thing. Simplify meaning, get rid of this m, get rid of this r as well, right here, and let's see what is left. This is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 1 by 8, total is gonna be 9v naught by 8, which is equals to, this is 1, that is 2, which is gonna be 3 by 2 v1. So v1 here we are getting as 3v naught by 4, that is v1. Now once we get this final velocity, now we can get the time. How do we do that? For this we have v1, which is final velocity, is equals to initial velocity plus acceleration into time. Now this v1 is given as 3v naught by 4, and this thing is going to be v naught. And then it's time to write the acceleration part, which is only happening because of the friction. And one more thing, as you might have seen that the final velocity is actually less than the initial, that means friction is acting like a retardation. So here we get minus, and the friction is going to give acceleration as f divided by mass m into t. Let's do a simple calculation right here. Friction is going to be mu mg, because kinetic friction, and if you divide the mass m, you will be expecting this thing to be equals to mu g. Now we're going to simplify this thing. We get here v naught by 4 is equals to mu g into t. Now just put the mu value, which is 1 by 4, v naught value 9, and g value 10. If you solve it, you will easily get it's gonna be 0.9 seconds. And just like that, our question is done. Moving on to the next, which is a thermodynamics question. It is asking if we have the final conditions like volume expand to 27 times of the original, and it says find the magnitude change in internal, basically get the temperature, because internal energy is all about temperature. So let's get started. Here first we will get the temperature. How do we do that? According to the adiabatic process, because they are kind of following adiabatic process. T1 V1 to the power gamma minus 1 is equals to T2 V to the power gamma minus 1. Now gamma for monatomic here is gonna be 5 by 3. So here we get T1, just T1, and then this is gonna be, let's say, V naught, and gamma minus 1 is gonna be 2 by 3 is equals to T2, and this is gonna be 27 V1, because it says 27 times of original, into 2 by 3. Now let's be smart. 27 is 3 cubes, so 3 cancel and you will get 9. That means T2 here is gonna be T1 divided by 9. That is the final temperature. And once we got it, then we just need to do the calculation for internal energy change, which is gonna be NCV delta T. Now when you do CV, just remember for monatomic, CV value here is gonna be 3R by 2. So here we are gonna get something like a N or delta T multiplied by 3 by 2. There is a reason I'm doing this 3 by 2 for kind of like outside. It's gonna be seen later. Now it is gonna be N, or that is gonna be T2 by T2 minus T1. So let's be smart about it. This is gonna be T1 by 9 minus T1. So directly I can write this is 8 T1 divided by 9 into 3 by 2. So let's simplify this thing. We would be looking at these two cancel, we got 3, these two cancel, we got 4. So we are looking at minus 4 by 3 nRT1. Now I will repeat why did I do that 3 by 2 separate. The reason for that is because the options, as you can see behind me, is not nRT, it's actually in terms of PV. And we do know nRT1 is actually P1V1, or simply speaking PV. So we got negative 4 by 3 PV, but if we take the magnitude sort of like a positive value, because none of them is negative, answer is gonna be 4 by 3 PV. Moving on to the next question. The next question and the last one for the second session of the physics is gonna be, a car is moving in a circular path of radius 20 with the velocity 54 km per hour. Before you even start the question, no matter what you're doing, do not ignore this thing. This unit is a kilometer per hour. Make sure you change this thing into meter per second. So that is gonna be 15 meter per second by doing something called 5 by 18. Moving on to the next thing, it says pendulum is hanging from the roof and find the angle made by the pendulum, and that's it. Let me tell you something. You can do this question if you just make the FBD, which will looks like this. That's a pendulum. It will be making theta angle here. It will be going to get centrifugal force like this, and it is going to get mg, and then you just extend it, you get theta. Directly I can say tan theta is equals to v square by r divided by g. If you're going to ask what happened to m, well, m and n will be cancel out. Now I'm just gonna put the values, and that's it. Tan theta is equals to v is gonna be 15 into 15, radius 20, gravity 10, and this is gonna be 3 4, this is gonna be 3 2, and that is gonna be 9 8. Once it is done, and just like that our question is done. So let me tell you in a simple way, the physics paper up until now was easy, formula based, NCRT. If you did, then awesome. It's just going to be calculative. Now I would like math sir, Vivek sir, to give the math expertise over the maths question, which tends to be lengthy. And that's it for the physics. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie sir. Yeah, what we can find in this session, especially 3 questions they ask from the statement type. Up to the last day before study, we can find not a single paper we have seen there they ask about the statement type of question. First time in the today's session they ask the statement type of question. Yeah. So now we can see. Yeah, first question belongs to coordinate geometry. The line passes through the point of intersection of this one and this one, intersect at P and Q. So from here we can find the point of intersection. So x and y value is equal to, we can get 1 by 7. So point of intersection is equal to 1 by 7 comma 1 by 7. So maybe one line is passing through like that, where the point is there 1 by 7 comma 1 by 7. Cut the x-axis at the P and y-axis at the Q. Then we have to be find the locus of the midpoint of this line. Locus of the midpoint of the PQ. So we can take the midpoint is h comma k. Once we can take the midpoint is h comma k, so our this coordinate will come 2h comma 0 and this coordinate will come 0 comma 2k. So now we can write the intercept form. So intercept form we can get here 2h plus y by 2k is equal to 1. By the way, in this line only 1 comma 7, 1 by 7 comma 1 by 7 is going to be satisfied. So now you can put the value here. So 1 by 14h plus 1 by 14k is equal to 1. So 1 by h plus 1 by k is equal to 14. Now generalized term, so 1 by x plus 1 by y is equal to 14. So first option is our correct answer. This question are the easy sum only. Now we can come to the next sum. Yeah. Next sum belongs to differentiability. We have to be check here in the statement number 1. This is differentiable or not, and f of x is increasing or not in this one. So first of all, we can remove the modulus. So we can take the two cases. First cases are x is greater than 0. Then we can take f of x is equal to e sin x minus x. If x is less than 0, then in this case we can get e to the power minus sin x, and this one is equal to plus x we can get. By the way, statement number 2, they are asking whether this function are increasing or not in the interval of minus pi to minus pi by 2. So we can differentiate this one. So we have to be differentiate this one only. If we can differentiate this one, means the f dash x is equal to e sin x by the minus cos x plus 1. Now if any value we can keep here, in this one, so positive, so overall this become the positive only. If overall this become the positive only, then we can say f of x is the increasing function. Now we have to be check here. By the way, this function we got, and now we have to be check the differentiability, whether it is a differentiable or not. Our doubtful point is the 0 only. This differentiation, e sin x into cos x minus 1. Now we can put the value x equal to be 0. Here if we can put the value x equal to be 0, so minus 1 plus 1 is equal to be 0 we can get. If here you can put the value, x equal to 0 we are keeping, so e to the power 0 is equal to 1. Here also 0, so 1 and minus 1 will come. This one, here you can put the value 0. So this is 1 and minus 1 will come. That means this value is equal also 0 coming. So this is the differentiable, it is there. Now we can come to the next sum. Locus of the midpoint of the chord, this one which is subtending a right angle at the center. So we can draw the diagram of the circle. Center is equal to 3, 4. Radius we can find from here. So 3 whole square, 4 whole square plus 11 under root. So this is equal to 9 plus 20, 9 plus 16, 11, 36. So it will come 6 only. Yeah. Now we can take the chord and midpoint locus we have to be find. So we can assume the midpoint is equal to h comma k. It is going to be subtend here. This angle is equal to 90. If this angle is equal to 90, so this becomes 45. This is the 45. Obviously, this also becomes the 45 because this is the 90. This 45, radius is equal to 6. So can we find the value of this one, CM value? So for the CM, this I am taking x and this is x. So we can write 2x square is equal to 6 square. X square plus x square is equal to 6 whole square. So this one, x square is equal to 36 by 2 means 18. So x is equal to, we can get here 3 root 2, our x value. Now from locus we have to be find. How we can find? H minus 3 whole square plus k minus 4 whole square is equal to this length we got already 3 root 2. So that is the whole square. We can get the answer. Here now h and in place of h and k we can keep x and y value. So our option number first become the correct. Now we can see the next sum. Yeah. Next sum belongs to the continuity as well as the different integration. So first of all, with the help of the continuity, we have to be find the value of b. So value of b, how we can find? Less than pi by 2. So this is the 1 by 3 is there. Greater than pi by 2 this. If we can put the value pi by 2, so it will come the 0 by 0 form. So we are able to apply the L'Hospital rule. So numerator and denominator we can differentiate. So b 0 minus cos x divided by here 2 pi minus 2 is equal to, it will come 8. So now this value is equal to, we can keep b by 8 we can get here. Once we can get the b by 8 and this is equal to continuous, so 1 by 3 means b is equal to, we can get 8 by 3. Once you can get b is equal to 8 by 3, here you can put. So 3b is equal to 8. So 8 minus 6 equal to 2. So upper limit is going to become a 2. Now we can draw the diagram of this one. If we can draw the diagram of this one, so like the diagram will come. If like that diagram will come, so 0 to 1, this part is there negative, so we can take like that. 0 to 1 minus x square plus 2x minus 3 dx plus 1 to 2, it is the positive, so x square plus 2x minus 3 dx. Now this becomes the very easily we can find the integration. So once we can do the calculation, we are getting the final answer is equal to 4. So this is the integer type question where the answer is equal to 4. Now we can see the next sum. Yeah. Cot x minus pi by 3 and cot x plus pi by 3. Here you can see this is the like that the formula cot A into cot B plus 1 divided by cot B minus cot A. It is there in that like the formula. So what we can write here, cot x minus pi by 3 minus x plus pi by 3, that is equal to, we can write cot x minus pi by 3 into cot x plus pi by 3 plus 1 divided by cot x plus pi by 3 minus cot x minus pi by 3. So in place of this, we can replace with this one. So here this value is equal to cot 2 pi by 3, and this one cot x plus pi by 3 minus cot x minus pi by 3. This part integration we have to do. This part integration we have to do. So cot 2 pi by 3 is equal to minus 1 by root 3. This value is equal to integration log sine x plus pi by 3 minus log sine x minus pi by 3 is there. Interval pi by 6 to pi by 4. Easily we can put the value this one, then we can get this. So we can equate this with this one. So we can get here alpha is equal to 1 by root 3. This value you can keep here. So 9 by 3, this is equal to 3. So we can get the value of 9 alpha square is equal to 3. Now we can come to the next sum. Yeah. Consider the relation are defined A is equal to this one and AB in the any real value only, where A plus 1 plus AB is greater than 0. So we have to be find how many number of relation is going to be defined. So in this case, what we can do, if I am taking here 1 plus AB greater than 0, if A value is equal to, we can take the minus 2, so 1 minus 2B greater than 0. That means what we can get, so B value less than 1 by 2. B value less than 1 by 2. So less than 1 by 2. So from here how many? Minus 2, minus 1, 0. So we can get the three cases here. Similarly, other value also we can assume. We assume the A is equal to minus 2. Now we can assume A is equal to minus 1. If A is equal to minus 1, we can take here. So 1 minus B greater than 0. That means the B value less than 1. If the B value is the less than 1, so again the value will come minus 2, minus 1, 0. So like that, A is equal to minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, all the cases we can take, and then all the conditions we are going to be add. So number of relation we can get. So number of relation we can get. So number of relation is equal to 17 we are going to be get. So statement number 3 are the correct, because total number of statement is equal to 17 will come, and second one, this is not going to become an equivalence relation. So option number 3 is correct here. Now, yeah, now is the we can see the analysis part. So what the analysis part here we can observe till now in this the second session, what we can find, not a single question came into the math where the statement type of. First time in this session, 3 questions came in the mathematics from the statement type, statement 1 and statement 2. So this is the unique things are there in this paper. We can find the few questions are the here difficult, means the conceptually also with the multiple concept they can use, and the calculation as one of the question right now only I solve, where we can use the continuity as well as the different integration concept. So like that, overall probability sum are the easy only we can find there. So different integration we can see. 3 questions came from the different integration from here. Vector as it is 1, vector and 2D, always it is coming the minimum 2 question and 2 question to 3 question. But here we can find in this paper 2 question is there from the vector and 3D. Matrices 1 question only. Whatever the base memory based data is there, according to that we can get only from the 1 question from the matrices, but the matrices also generally coming the 2 question. Probability is wave theorem 1 question, little bit calculative is there, statistics, combined variance, that is the easy one. If you can remember the formula, you can easily solve. Circle 1 question, generally day before yesterday paper we can find from the circle they gave in the second session 2 question, but here they gave the 1 sum only. So overall paper was the balanced paper. In this paper, if anybody can get the 50 to 60 marks, that is the good score only. Good score means that they can easily get the around the 99 percentile. So so now the chemistry sir will come and he will discuss with you. Yeah, Vamsi sir.
Thank you, sir. So today being the last session, last shift paper, that is April 8th evening shift. And today only evening shift paper, no morning shift. And this paper also we found it in a similar way like other April session papers. But definitely some challenges were there in this shift. So accordingly, we have to see at this paper. Okay. Coming to the first question, consider reaction sequence. There is some compound given and this compound is treated first with sodium borohydride and then done hydrolysis. So first of all, to be treated with the sodium borohydride, what are the functional groups present in this compound? What they will undergo the reaction? Accordingly, we have to see. Okay, na? So this is an amide, right? And this is an aldehyde. Amide and aldehyde, 2 functional groups are there. When sodium borohydride is added, it is a selective reducing agent. Therefore, amide will not be reduced, only aldehyde will be reduced. So if aldehyde is reduced, it will become alcohol, right? This is a compound. Now, this is an amide and this is an alcohol, and what you are doing? Hydrolysis. So when this is done with a hydrolysis, here the bond will be broken and the amide will be hydrolyzed into carboxylic acid and amine. So this side you will be getting carboxylic acid, then CH2, 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 4 CH2 groups are there. Then this is NH, CH2, CH2, OH. This is the compound we are getting, right? So what is this compound here? It is a carboxylic acid, not this one. It is an aldehyde, not this one. So these two are carboxylic acid, then CH2 taken 4 times. This is also correct. Then NH is also correct. And even this statement is, or this point is also correct. So both are looking like correct only. So any one of it we can consider. So maybe some typing mistake, as these all the questions are memory based. Okay, na? Next. Another organic chemistry related question, which of the following does not undergo rearrangement of carbocation? First of all, let us write what is the carbocation formed here. When water molecule is removed off, we will be getting this as the carbocation. Okay. Now this carbocation, this is a primary carbocation. It will rearrange into secondary carbocation. After that, it will go to tertiary carbocation also by methyl group migration. So this will undergo rearrangement. Therefore, this is not the answer, because he is asking which does not. This will undergo carbocation rearrangement. Then coming to this one, the carbocation we will be getting here is this one, right? So in this case also a secondary carbocation, it is a primary carbocation will become a tertiary carbocation to some extent, and also to some more extent ring expansion is also possible, right? But ring expansion you did not consider much because 5-member to 6-member there is no much advantage, because even in the 5-member also there is no that much problem. Angle strain is negligible only. Therefore, 5-member is okay. But within the 5-member, primary to become tertiary, that is advantage. So therefore, here also rearrangement will be possible. So this is also not the answer. Coming to this one, here you will be getting a tertiary carbocation. The formed carbocation itself is a tertiary carbocation, most stable carbocation. Therefore, it will not undergo rearrangement. Therefore, this itself is the answer. And coming to the fourth one, this will form the carbocation like this. Primary carbocation, by hydride shift it will become the tertiary carbocation. So here also rearrangement will happen. So option 3 is the one in which rearrangement will not happen. Easy only enough. Next, coming to statement based question. In this shift also statement based questions, statement 1, statement 2, then giving 5-6 points and then asking you how many of them are correct or how many of them are incorrect. This type of questions again came in this shift paper. These are the type of question, even the matrix match, and these are the type multiple level questions. These were all the different types of questions which made January session chemistry challenging, difficult. That is why if you observe all the marks in the with respect to the percentiles, the marks were comparatively lesser to what generally students were scoring. So that is one of the reason that all students, not only one particular group of students like, so almost all students felt very challenging in the chemistry part in January session, but this session was okay, comfortable. Okay. So first statement, during fractional distillation, higher boiling point component will condense first. Yes, it is obviously in the fractionating column, whatever the higher boiling component is there, that will be coming, that will be separated first. And because the more you are going to the upper in the fractionating column, then the temperature will be decreasing, right? So that will be easier, correct only. Then second, in fractionating column, the one which has a higher boiling point will be at higher concentration. No, when you are going up in the fractionating column, the one with the lower boiling point will be higher in the concentration, and the one with the higher boiling point will be leaving the fractionating column at the bottom itself. So therefore, this will be wrong. So statement 1 is correct. Sorry. Statement 2 is also correct. So this is not the answer. Statement 1 is correct. Okay. Statement 2 is incorrect. Yes, this is the answer. Statement 1 is incorrect. This is not the answer. Both statements are incorrect. Not the answer. Understanding? So this is one based on the fractional distillation. Distillation is one very important concept. 2-3 times in April session itself we have seen this one. So very clearly 11th standard topic it is, right? Some basic principles and techniques in organic chemistry, important. Just even NCERT level, if you are studying also properly, that will be sufficient. Next, coming to this of 15th group elements related physical properties, you can say. First one, reducing character decreases from ammonia to bismuthine. Reducing character decreases from ammonia to bismuthine. This is wrong, because when you are moving from a NH bond to BiH bond is more longer, that it can be broken, that hydride ion release will be faster, that reduction also will happen faster. But he is saying decreases. Decreases is wrong. Increases is correct. So this statement is wrong. Then coming to statement 2, tendency to donate a pair of electrons decreases from ammonia to bismuthine. Yes, it is correct, because as you move down the group, the donor atom size increases. So if the donor atom size is more, then the lone pair is distributed over larger surface area. If lone pair is distributed over larger surface area, then tendency to donate electron pair will become more challenging. So donating ability down the group decreases. This is correct. Stability of hydrates decreases from ammonia to bismuthine. Stability of hydrates obviously will decrease. Just now only I told BIH bond is longer. The longer the bond, the weaker it will be, so easier to be broken. So decreases is correct. Then HEH bond angle of ammonia is greater than that of SbH3. This is also correct because the bond angle in ammonia is around 107 degrees. sp3 hybridization with one lone pair, therefore contracted in the bond angle from 109.5 degrees. So 107 degrees is correct. And the bond angle in SbH3, BiH3, etc. actually in this phosphine, bismuthine, stibine, hybridization will not happen. So if a hybridization is not happening, whatever the bonds are formed by hydrogen atoms with the central atom, they will be at 90 degrees to one another. So close to 90 degrees will be there, the bond angle here. So 107 is greater than 90 degrees. So this statement is also correct. So only first statement is wrong. The remaining three statements are correct. 2, 3, 4 correct. So this is the answer. Easy enough? Then coming to next question. The number of paramagnetic complexes among the following. The complexes, the question is easy, repeating. Even the complexes are also just NCERT based complexes. So just if you are grinding whatever the examples given in NCERT also for the inorganic chemistry particularly, that is much more than sufficient, right? So be stick to NCERT for the inorganic chemistry, but you should have a lot of patience in sticking to the chapter and to complete page by page, every example to example, table to table, everything. In-text question, illustration, everything you have to complete so that guaranteely you will score all the questions in inorganic chemistry. First coming to, he is asking about how many of them are paramagnetic in nature, means at least one unpaired electron should be present. So coming to the first complex, MnBr4 2 minus, manganese is in +2 oxidation number, right? And manganese atomic number is 25. That means D5S2. But from D5S2, 2 electrons are removed. So it is D5S0 and P0 also. So whatever the 4 bromide ions are there, they will be undergoing hybridization with the S and P orbital. So it results in a sp3 hybridization and there are 5 unpaired electrons present here. So this is paramagnetic in nature with 5 unpaired electrons. 5 unpaired electrons. Understanding enough? Then coming to NiCl4 2 minus. So in this one, nickel 2 plus, nickel 2 plus, and its atomic number is 28. So this is a D8S2 where 2 electrons will be gone. So it is a D8S0, P0. And whatever the chloride ion is there, that is a weak field ligand. Therefore, pairing of electrons will not be done here. So the number of unpaired electrons will be there here 3. And whatever hybridization is there, actually he is not asking about hybridization. Just for your information, I am discussing even hybridization also here. Okay, na? So it is of sp3 hybridization, and whatever D8 is there, among them 4 electrons will be paired, and it will be like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 6 electrons are paired and 2 electrons are in unpaired condition. So this is also paramagnetic with 2 unpaired electrons. Now coming to NiCN4 2 minus. Here also nickel is in +2 oxidation number. So 28 D8S2, but 2 electrons are gone, D8. So whatever this electrons are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and cyanide is a strong field ligand. Therefore, it will pump this electron also to here, that it will become like this. So one d orbital is vacant, one s orbital it will consume, and from the p orbital, 2 of the p orbitals it will take s, and among the p orbitals, so dsp2 it will undergo, and there are no unpaired electrons here. So this is not a paramagnetic species, 0 unpaired electrons are present here, right now. Next coming to NiCO taken 4. NiCO taken 4, nickel is in a 0 oxidation number. So atomic number is, electronic configuration is 3d8 4s2. So these 2 electrons also will be shifted here, that it will become 3d10, 4s0, 4p0. So this will become sp3 hybridization with 0 lone pair. So this is also diamagnetic only. 0 unpaired electrons are present. Now coming to CO, Fe, CO, F6 3 minus, cobalt 3 plus, atomic number is 27, D7s2, but 3 electrons to be removed, so it will become D6, and F minus is a weak field like that, so it will not pair the electrons. So whatever the unpaired electrons are there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 4 unpaired electrons are present. So this is also paramagnetic in nature. Then coming to Fe, Cn taken 6, 4 minus. Fe 2 plus here, and D6S2, S2 will be gone. So D6, and this D6 also, what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will be undergoing D2 sp3. So 0 unpaired electrons are there. So it is also diamagnetic in nature. It's not paramagnetic. Now coming to last complex here. From here, by seeing itself, we can understand from the 26 electrons of iron, 3 electrons are removed because it is Fe3 plus. So Fe3 plus means 23 electrons are there. So definitely there will be an unpaired electron. So what is the actually electronic configuration wise? If you write properly, if you solve this molecule also, it is D6s2, removing the 2 electrons, it will become D5. So in D5, whatever the electrons are there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electrons are there. They will be paired here like this, that this is vacant. So it will undergo D2 sp3 hybridization with 1 unpaired electron. So this is also paramagnetic with 1 unpaired electron. So first molecule, second species, first species, second species, then fifth species and seventh species are paramagnetic in nature with at least 1 unpaired electron. So it will come to integer type of question, that 4 is the answer here. Okay. Now going to analysis part. So if we see the analysis here, electrochemistry, first question, right? Electrode potential related question was there. Then medium level of question it is. Then atomic structure, nature of light, and we know that it is of 11th standard, easy question only. Chemical bonding question was also easy based on molecular orbital theory. Then structural isomerism related questions came, number of isomers to be calculated here, that was also easy question only. And this is not carboxylic acid, actually it is a carbonyl compound chapter, aldehydes ketone chapter, where it is on a very important named reaction, aldol condensation reaction, and little as the reaction analysis to be done, mechanism to be written. So moderate time taking it is, and melting point and boiling point of mercury here. So these also medium level of question. Then coming to biomolecules. Biomolecules, structure of amino acids. Structure of amino acids, little you need to memorize here. Easy only, but still you need to memorize here. So moderate type. Then chemical equilibrium, properties and equilibrium constant, periodic properties, ionization energy. Then another question came from chemical bonding, shapes of molecules and ions were asked. Then biomolecules, as usual the question came from carbohydrate chapter. Then chemical equilibrium, one more question came on Kp, equilibrium constant at constant pressure, in terms of pressure. Then coming to GOC, general organic chemistry, as usual, but this time the question was asked on two points, one aromaticity and another one stabilities of carbocations also. That is rearrangement of carbocations also. Just now what we have discussed, right? So solutions, concentration terms, the question was asked. Colligative properties is the area where from the solution chapter it should be asked, but this time it was asked from the concentration terms. Then from chemical kinetics, again a rate constant, first order reaction, as I was telling multiple times, zero order or first order reactions we have to by heart, we have to prepare and memorize them. Solutions, another question on colligative properties. So this is one more question you can say, like actually solution, whatever the previous question concentration terms is there, you can assume it from the stoichiometry, 11th standard mole concept, and this can be from the actual colligative properties. Then mole concept, one more question is there that you can understand the number of questions from the mole concept part got increased. Till now only we have discussed 3 questions here related to mole concept or stoichiometry related. Then GOC, one more question, hydrolysis and rearrangement, here a typing mistake it is, rearrangement of carbocation. Then rearrangement of carbocation, this also comes under GOC only. Then POC, practical organic chemistry, just now we have discussed only fractional distillation, right? So that's also a very important concept, but it is in simple words, it is there in NCERT. Very regularly the questions will be asked from this chapter also. And P block, properties of hydrides, and last one, coordination compound, just now only we have discussed. Very regular pattern of question, that is magnetic behavior. Either they are asking magnetic or color property from the D block elements and coordination compounds. And from the coordination compounds, if they are asking, it is on CFSE, crystal field theory, or maximum valence bond theory and all they are asking. Magnetic property, color property is most important there, and stabilities of complexes along with according to their ligands denticity, right? So because of the chelate complexes formation. So these are all different types of questions which were seen from the memory based information we have collected. And now I welcome our physics faculty, Shishir sir, to continue with the physics part.
Thanks, sir. So good evening all. So I think like you gave the exam properly and you are going to get a good marks. Hope so. So anyhow, today's paper again, if we go for the analysis, like okay, like paper was easy but calculative questions were definitely there. So we'll see. First we'll discuss few of the pending questions and then we'll move for that thing. Okay. So over here, like with respect to the last on the paper on 6th, this paper is bit easier, but some calculations are there. For example, just see this question. Magnetic field is represented by this one. Now, this is bit calculative. We can solve the same question with 2 different methods. Like here, it is based on unit and dimension, where we have to go with the dimensional analysis and we can solve it. So over here, like they are saying that, okay, what is the value of X, Y and Z, right? So in this case, one method is there that B we can write as mu naught to the power X, epsilon naught to the power Y and E to the power Z. Okay, but in this case, if we are going with a normal trend, normal method, that will find the magnetic field dimension, then we'll find the dimension of mu naught, we'll find the dimension of epsilon naught, we'll find the dimension of E, and then we'll put it and we'll solve, then you are finished, Guru. Okay, because here you can't do that thing. Okay, in that place, if we are going with the logic that speed of light C equal to E upon B, right? First thing. So at the place of E, we know this thing, and speed of light can be written as mu 1 upon under root mu naught epsilon naught is equal to E upon B, right? From here, B will be equal to mu naught to the power 1 upon 2, epsilon naught to the power 1 upon 2 and E raised to the power 1. So if we are going like this, then just see, within few seconds you solved it, right? X is 1 upon 2, Y is 1 upon 2 and Z is 1. So 1 upon 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1, that is 2. So X plus Y plus Z will be 2. Okay. But if someone tried to solve the same question by putting the value of dimension of B, then mu naught, epsilon naught and E, it will take lots of time and obviously he will lose some other question time over here. Anyhow, moving to the next question. A solenoid of having 10 turns, length 55 mm and cross section area is 5 cm square. the current in the solenoid changes from 2 ampere to 4 ampere in this 3.14 second. The average EMF include is. Now, this question belongs to electromagnetic induction and the length is given 25 mm only, while this is given is 2.5 mm only, while the cross section area is given 5 centimeter square. So it may be that, okay, this data maybe some different unit can be there. Okay, I guess so, because this will act like a ring here. Okay, thickness is very small, but still I am considering that, okay, data is correct. Okay, because it is a memory based question, so obviously some variations can be there. So if this data is correct, in that case here, like, we have to find the EMF, which will be L into di by dt, right? Now L is mu naught n square pi r square into L, length. Now mu naught, it can be written as n square, total turns, by L square, because n is number of turns per unit length, into cross section area into L. So L will get cancelled, and di upon dt, which will become delta I upon delta t, right? Like this we can write. So now mu naught is 4 pi into 10 raised to power minus 7 into n square, number of turns. So number of turns over here are 10, so 100 upon I. So sorry, L. So what is the L? Length given is 25 mm, 25 into 10 raised to power minus 3 into cross section area. Cross section area is given 5 centimeter square. So 5 into 10 raised to power minus 4 upon L into delta I by delta t. So delta I is how much? 4 minus 2, that is 2, upon delta t, that is 3.14 second. This got cancelled. Now here, after calculating, you are getting it 4, 5, 5 to 25, 5 to the 8 to the 16. So here 4 to the 16 means 1.6 microvolt it is coming. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. All right, so just do the calculation by your own if you are getting confused, but this is a 4 to the 16, so it is coming like this. Okay, moving to the next question. The direction of incident and refracted light are shown in the diagram with the value of C. So this is some value C. So we have to find the value of C over here. Okay. So this question belongs to wave optics, where geometrical optics, where Snell's law is used here, right? So Snell's law. So over here, theta, this is 2 and this direction is 3, this is C and this direction is 6. So tan theta, that is tan I am writing in the form of I am taking it I, and this I am taking as R. So tan I equal to 2 upon 3 and tan R is equal to C upon 6. From here, sin I. Why I am finding sin I? Because here I can apply Snell's law, that is 1 into sin I is equal to 3 upon 2 into sin R. So from here, sin I. What is sin I? So 2 upon under root 13, and this is sin R, C upon under root 6 square plus C square. So sin I can be written as 2 upon under root 13, 3 upon 2 into sin R. Sin R can be written as C upon under root 6 square plus C square, right? Now squaring both sides, so you are getting 4 to the 16 upon 13 into 9 is equal to C square by 36 plus C square. So from here, 16 into 36 plus 16 C square is equal to 117 C square, right? So from here, it will give you 16 into 36 is equal to 101 c square. So c will be 4 and 6, 24 upon under root 101. So this is the correct answer. Okay, simple. Moving to the next one. A drop is falling with terminal velocity v1 in the gas. The drop splits into 64 identical droplets. The terminal velocity. So we know that terminal velocity v. This question belongs to the fluid topic. Okay, fluid chapter, and in that one the topic is terminal velocity. So we know over here that v is proportional to r square. Okay, you have to remember this thing. Okay, so terminal velocity is proportional to r square. So v1 upon v2 is equal to r1 square upon r2 square. Now volume we can equate 4 by 3 pi r1 cube is equal to 64 into 4 by 3 pi r2 cube. From here r2 is coming r1 by 4. Okay, so when you will put it here, so it will be 16. So this is the correct answer. Okay, v1 upon v2 is coming 16 because here r2 put r2 equal to r1 by 4 whole square, that is 16. Okay, now a block is attached to a spring of natural frequency f1. If the spring is cut into two equal halves and only one of the half spring is connected to the block, then frequency becomes f2. So see here, when we are having a spring and it is cut in the half, so spring constant will become 2k. When the spring is divided into two equal parts, spring will become 2f. Okay, so f1 is k by n. So f2 will become under root 2k by m, right? So divide these two. So over here f2 by f1, they are asking f2 upon f1, so that will come root 2. So this is the correct one. Okay, so remember that thing, that they are sometimes they will ask you f1 by f2, but here they have asked f1 f2 upon f1. So f2 upon f1 or f1 upon f2, we will have to check all this. Okay, now we have these many questions only from the student side. Now we are going for the analysis, because giving some false data is not good for the student, so we are doing that thing. So see over here, like from as of now, from 11th we have got around 10 questions. So obviously the weightage is again nearly, like if we consider that okay, rest all of the questions are coming from class 12th, then also weightage will be nearly 45%, 40%, right? So 45-40% type of weightage is coming always. So anyhow, so 40% if we consider, then also, so first was like kinematics, equation of motion. That was a medium level. Okay, because it was just like, why we kept it medium? Because of the calculation. It was not tough because it was a relative motion and all, and in that case they asked momentum also, so they mixed the momentum, but that was an easy question only, but because of the calculation it became like that. Now spring mass system, just now we solved that. It was a very basic question, that okay, spring is cut into two halves, so that is very basic. Okay, no need to think about it much, just we have to do no calculation also. Now this is also kinematics projectile. Obviously this was also bit calculative, but bit calculations were there, not very high, just we have to find the range and all. Now unit and dimension. So here in unit and dimension, this was even good. Okay, like unit and dimension we are saying easy, but if some student didn't thought that okay, C can be written, C equal to E by B, we can write it like this, then he will definitely get stuck here. So this was a good one. So kinematics, this was definitely like a rectilinear motion. Unit dimension was definitely a good one. That was really a good question. So this was easy, but moving to the moderate we can say, because if someone don't remember that one, they will get stuck, gone. Okay, finished. Okay, kinematics, again rectilinear motion. Now RBD. So kinematics, they have asked more questions here. RBD, so every time in every sitting they asked pure rolling. Okay, or they asked like means rolling, definitely they gave most of the questions. In few questions we found that okay, moment of inertia and all, but directly like this year they didn't ask almost no question from parallel axis or perpendicular axis theorem. They used it in some other question, but directly that okay, this is the system and use the perpendicular axis theorem and find. No question were like that. Now thermodynamics, so adiabatic process, continuously we are getting from adiabatic process and sometime with isothermal process also. Okay. Now circular motion. So circular motion, this was very basic question. Centrifugal force, like when it is rotating, the car was rotating and the block was hanging with the help of the string. In that case, a centrifugal force will act. So this question we have done lots of time during our normal studies also. Okay, so this was a seen question to everyone. Then again, dimensional analysis. This was also easy question only, basic one. Then fluid terminal velocity, just formula used, formula based question, no need to think about it. Now semiconductors logic gate, in almost every sitting this time they gave semiconductor logic gate question, and it was also the basic one, not very hi-fi question, just you have to use logic gate or logical operators, that's it. Now modern physics photoelectric equation. So photoelectric effect, they have given question in different way. This time they missed most of the graph based questions. Like generally they used to give graph question, but this time they are not giving graph based question, but equation. But this was the moderate because of the question was lengthy and calculative. Now electrostatics, dipole moment. So dipole moment they have rarely asked this time the question from here. Okay, so here this was the dipole moment question. Okay, now EMI, this is a short topic. Okay, every time from Faraday's law they have asked a question to you. Okay, so EMI, Faraday's law. Okay, so this was easy again. And geometrical optics. Okay, so geometrical optics, the question that was good even. Okay, Snell's law. So they used some vector concept there, and that's why we said that okay, that is a medium level. So the question was not very tough, but not a general question, not a normal question. So this was also a good question moving towards the moderate or exactly moderate, we can say. Okay, not very tough, but that was a good question, because definitely I can say that okay, lots of students who are good in physics, they might have missed this question definitely. Okay, so this was the good one. They have made the mistake here, and unit dimension where we were having the magnetic field in the form of C or epsilon naught, electric field mu naught. So over there they might have made the mistake that they would have chosen the longest method by putting the dimension. So that was the thing. So anyhow, this is from our side. Hope we will again meet during the discussion of advanced paper. Okay, so by that time, best of luck for all of you who are going to give the advance, and probably those who have given this exam properly with the hard work, for them best of luck. I hope that okay, they should be getting selected for the advance. Done. Good night.